Now I've hit the button. We should be good.
Should be good?
Yeah. I believe
we got
so.
so many people. Hopefully they didn't leave already.
hopefully they haven't already walked out.
They came in on fire and we weren't there. And now they're gone.
They're like, we're out of here. We're done. We're gone. Left side, you're just having some water. Water is always good.
Water's
Hydration
good.
is solid.
That's where it all starts.
Hydration is where we're going to start with tonight as well.
Oh
That's
my
very
gosh.
interesting. Left side, good to see you. Bree is wonderful to see. I'm trying a new Michelob Ultra. Oh my God, Bree. Wow. Raven, good to see you. LG, good to see you. Jason,
holy moly.
Hippie Sunshine as I know him. Yeah, good to see you all tonight. Thank you guys for coming in. My gosh. Popping in here. See, this is what happens when Keith actually shows up.
No, it's when we don't do this for 2 weeks.
Is that what it is?
Everybody's like, all right.
We build up excitement.
That's how we do it.
But yes, if you guys are new to the channel, it's good to see you all here. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Keith.
And we are About Beverages. So we're going to talk some beverages here today for the next couple hours.
Talk, drink.
Yes, drinking being
all
the key
things.
part. We will be doing that as well. Michelob Gim, good to see you too as well. Michelob Ultra Infusions Pomegranate and Agave. That sounds very interesting. You're here for the gun show? It's 750,000 points for the gun show.
And that's him.
They want to drink Merlot. We're drinking Merlot.
No, if anybody orders Merlot, I'm leaving. I am not drinking any fucking Merlot.
Okay. Relax, Miles. Jesus, no Merlot.
This ties into that we will actually be drinking some Merlot.
We will be
tonight,
drinking a Merlot.
which is hilarious in itself.
And
Baker, good to see you too.
So everyone is aware.
Yeah,
It does go a little blue there.
just a little bit. Oh my God.
Very funny.
Tonight is post-exam gluten night. Oh my gosh, what gluten are you going to be consuming?
Having gluten. Wow.
I know.
Okay.
or is the exam based on, like, do you have to say what kind of gluten it is you're eating? Is that what the exam is? Like eating it a little bit? Did you decide to try any sake from the site I linked below? I think I might actually wind up getting one of the, there was a site that Gim linked the other day because he was asking about if we had sake, what we thought.
We have.
I said, we've only had one.
We here have only had one.
We've only had one here.
One, yeah.
And we thought it was okay. Bree, who's actually here in chat, she has recommended a few to me that I need to try and look for. And then Gim the other day he's like, I'm not like sure about sake either, but I found this website and they had some nice little like starter like packs of like, here's a couple of different ones to try kind of thing. So that was what I thought about actually trying, was like doing one of those at some point, maybe getting a starter pack. So yeah, Gim, that was probably what I'll look into. You're so close to that goal, Jason. I know, you're right there. You're right on the cusp, I'm sure.
750,000.
It's good to see. Yeah. I got a Tara bomb sake. Ooh, a bomb sake the other day. Ask her to review the one I sent her. I will do that. I will reach out to Tara and find out. Headed to the store at 7 to find some beer and dinner. Okay. Well, that's great. Well, speaking of what Left Side came in here with, like I said, we've got, it's not water, but it is a hydration drink.
Okay.
Okay. Normally we don't do these types of, energy drinks.
It's not an active lifestyle beverage.
This is not an active lifestyle. It kind of is. I don't know. I mean,
so those try to incorporate alcohol. This isn't doing that, right?
No, there's no alcohol in this at all whatsoever.
It's a dietary supplement.
At 133,000 points, only 6 years to go. Hey, you leaving with your subscription, Bree, and like just leaving us on in the background. I'm telling you, you might actually make it there. But anyway, so this company reached out to us. I'm sure they were blasting everybody that has beverage in their name. So it's not like I felt super special, but it's always nice when someone does reach out. And they were like, hey, would you like to try these beverages? Usually it's they want someone interviewed on the website and all that kind of stuff. So I subvert right away and say, we're happy to do that possibly at some point, but we like to try the thing first. So if you want to send us some of that product, if there's something you want us to try, we're happy to go about doing that. And they were like, yeah, sure. Like, what would you like? So these are the two that they have. We were trying to guess at the name. Are we boosting the stream? Stream has been officially boosted. We made it all the way the other day, Baker. We got all the way. It was fantastic. Thanks to everybody. Need to do some predictions to do some point transfers. I mean, that would be another way too. I mean, I know one person that has enough to do the key flex, but I think he's saving it for other things. We VIG boosting. God lucky. That's very true. We could be VIG boosting. But anyway, so this company, their big thing is that there's no caffeine in here. So they're not going for that. They're going for vitamins, minerals. There is stevia in here and actual sugar.
Okay.
So that's kind of nice. Obviously less sugar than you normally would think. And then the stevia to add even a little bit more sweetener. So they're kind of doubling down on that, but they're not going for the artificial stuff, which I think is really cool.
Yep.
So that I did like. I have had these. I had they sent us 2 of each.
Okay.
I had some of these on stream. So which one do you want to open first? This one is citrus orange.
Yeah, mixed berries.
Let me get the...
Well, you've tried them both. So what one do you recommend we start? I would pick the orange.
Okay.
But
Go ahead.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and let me get the picture up on the screen there. There we go.
Key functions. Clean energy.
So how would you guys think to pronounce this? We had someone actually reach out. A wonderful person was in chat. They actually went to their Facebook page and sent them a message and said, how do you pronounce your drink? And it is Ivusion.
Will we be bouncing off the walls as we're recording tonight?
It's not quite that strong, thankfully. They don't seem
Stimulant
very
and
Googleable.
depressant?
Yeah, the Googleable part is a little difficult because it's like IV therapy. It comes up initially. You have to look for Ivusion, like beverage company or Bevco.
Mine looks a lot darker than yours.
Do you want to switch then?
Oh, no. I want the
We
darker
haven't
one.
drank out of these yet, so you can put.
Don't know if I need to do mad scientist-y stuff here.
Sure. I need to have a towel rack in here though, or paper towels or something. You did not spill anything, but usually I do. That's fine.
Drip running down the
That's
side.
fine.
Okay,
Ivusion. Yes, that is actually how they request that you pronounce it.
Since I'm putting my hands all over this one, I'll take this one.
It wants to show me the definition of infusion. Yeah, so that was one of the problems. Like if this company came to me and they wanted some marketing information, like if they do wind up watching this video, because I told them that we would that I would probably stream on the beverage and that we would also kind of have it as a partial podcast kind of thing. You don't drink it with your eye, Gim. That's very true. You don't. All of their marketing material, I could not find how to actually pronounce this. I could not find it written down anywhere. I couldn't. Yeah, I watched videos. I couldn't find anyone saying the name of the product anywhere. Literally nowhere. I even watched some of their like very kind of less than average, not great YouTube / TikTok kind of videos where they were like having people try it out in the wild and people were excited about it. Literally, they never say the name of the product, which I think is very strange if you're marketing a product.
Oh, you should be all over that.
We say About Beverages like 1,800 times a day, and you guys all know who we are, and we still say it. That's the idea. Is you keep like it's like what was the whole thing of like that's why Coke is still the #1 brand because they keep paying for advertising. You know, it's like they're #1. That's how you stay #1. But yeah, it seems like a nice workout drink, light sugar and vitamins. Yeah, so light on the sugar. I forget what it was, but yeah, tons of vitamins on the side. Again, if you go to
my mouth is watering. Can I have a sip?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay,
I'll keep chatting because I have had it. So there's the link. I put the link, I think, to the.
You're like, yeah, I'm not drinking that shit again.
No. It's not that at all. Actually, it's quite the opposite. I liked it.
So. Still not fully back.
You said you're fully back. Go on. So you're tasting everything. Go ahead.
Taste is better. And
Gim, thank you for the website.
Pretty much the same
too.
status.
Okay. But yeah, this one's clean energy, immunity support. So this is the thing I think that ties into us slightly. Not that we're drunk very often. Hydration, hangover hydration. Okay. They recommend like if you're going to go out, you're going to have a night, you're going to have some cocktails or whatever. You have one of these.
Start with one of those.
Okay. You start with one of these. Okay. You put your vodka into this. No, just kidding. Everclear and this delicious.
That's right.
This is a brie drink. There you go. But yeah, there's lots of different vitamins in here, along with, like I said, I did like that there was actual sugar, and that it's not any of the fake stuff. And then they kind of bump it up the sweetness level with the stevia.
Whenever I see like sucralose and all that, I'm just like, it turns me off.
And they use stevia in here because that was when I first had a sip, I could tell like sometimes stevia, even when there's a little bit or too much, that almost can taste fake, even though it is a natural sweetener.
Yeah, it's not overly so though.
There's a hint of that in there. Yeah. I thought
there's a little something at the back that almost is like corn syrupy to me, taste wise. I don't know why. Or I'm sure there's not corn in there, but
probably not. Corn doesn't do anything for you.
No,
Lucky, I'll tell you that. Corn doesn't do nothing for you.
From Sweet. This is from Sweetums. This is an offshoot.
This is from Sweetums.
Sweetums.
Oh my God! From Parks and Recreation.
Yes.
Now, after tasting it, what alcohol would you mix with it? So they don't probably recommend that, but say you were going to. I mean, obviously,
really only the one.
You could throw vodka in there, obviously. I mean, you could go fun and you could make some sort of like with this one being slightly sour. You could go kind of whiskey sour. You could do tequila. I think tequila sunrise kind of thing.
Yeah, Blanco could work. Yeah, something. It'd have to be something with not a lot of.
You possibly could go rum if you were going to try and make some sort of like, you know, that thing. I would say tequila, vodka, or rum. I think those would be my easy three. And like I said,
gin would be too much. Think of that juniper berry would.
Probably.
Although it might go. I don't know how that berry.
I don't know. We're going to try it in a minute. We will try both of them.
I do like it actually, though.
I did too. Yeah. So this is one of those. So this is one of these things. And again, this is how you can. I always feel. Vicary. A Vitarita.
Ivusion.
A Vitarita. I thought that's what you were going for. A Vitarita. I like that, Brie. That's good. This is one of those things, and we've been given several products, and I feel we're always very honest. Like we don't, that's all we ever have is kind of our integrity. This is one that actually outdid my expectations based on the emails I received, and then going to their website, which is also not great. They need to work on that desperately. It puts off. So for me, it puts off. Actually, I don't even have it on here. It puts off a little bit too much of this vibe here.
Oh yeah. I don't need that vibe.
Yeah, it's just a little too much. Like I said, if you click on the link and then click back one thing, as you can see, it's a little bit too much.
We might not be their target audience.
Possibly, we might not be. Like I said, it's a lot of very beautiful people. Probably a little too much beautiful people. Like,
right.
Like, is this going to like add plastic to my body or something like that? And guys that I don't work out that much, so I don't have the guns like that my brother does. So I can't flex.
We'll show that guy's.
Yeah, we'll show that guy's guns next time. But it's this. It's like they're making it into this giant like workout thing, and I don't think it's for me. Like look at that guy's. Like I said, I know you guys can't see this, but click on the link if you want to check it out. This was actually the funny. Okay, actually, you know what? I think I can bring this up in Chrome. Hold on, give me 1 second. I think if I'll show this because this is kind of like I didn't realize how much I was going to chat about this part. Properties.
I do need to. I almost did it today. I do need to start bringing readers here to the table for stuff like this.
Yeah,
I'm like I can see it. It's fine on the screen. Well, I can't see this. I can sort of see it.
Okay, so like I said, so it's this. Again, nothing wrong with this. There's a demographic that likes this.
Sure.
For me, it just like it just screams like it's just to me, it's like a little silly and over the top because I think this product is actually good enough where it doesn't need this.
Right.
Is that like sound weird to say?
That's a whole sex sells thing, though, right? That's still,
I suppose
that's still an adage
for sure.
Even in today's
that's very
generation.
True. Yeah, like look at this guy. He's got some guns right there going on. Nice. Their website ingredients list just says electrolytes. It makes me a little suspicious of the sodium. Does it say how much sodium is in there? Because you definitely can get. There's a little salt going on.
300 milligrams. 300 milligrams or 380. There's a 3 and a 0. 3 in the beginning and a 0 at the end.
Where do you see that part?
Sodium.
Sodium. Sorry. 390.
390.
So there you go.
That's 17% of your recommended daily allowance.
Okay, so you've got pictures like this. You've got the ladies on here doing that. You've got this guy. Impressive guns. I'm not against this. Like impressive.
Yeah.
But so here's the one I think is fun. Let me see if I can get.
Is she pouring it out in that one picture?
Okay,
I hope her can is empty.
So this is what's funny. I found this picture today. A bit of salt, but post-workout salt is good due to body moisture loss.
True.
See again.
Yeah.
These are the things.
Yep.
I can use it again. You can order online from their website. I was for these types of energy drinks, which I usually do not like at all. I liked it, and I was like, oh, if I had more of these, I would drink them.
I'm trying to.
I've got to show you this. I think it's on this page.
It's a functional beverage. So it's not an active lifestyle beverage. It's a functional beverage.
Could this woman be less enthusiastic about this beverage right here?
Excited.
I thought like this is kind of what I'm talking about. This picture could have been done so much better. And like you just look at if you just went to this website and some of their other marketing, their YouTube page, and they have just recently, I think this is probably why there's a little bit of a push. They have revamped. I went through and I saw like it was within the last 6 or 7 months. They kind of did a rebranding. They did and they've got a good product. They're just, to me, for my initial eyes, it's not being done very well. This woman could look very much more excited about this beverage right here. And just hold the can like
unless that's the before picture.
Let's see.
And then there's the after picture. No, okay.
No, nothing else there. There's this guy again. He's happy. See, this guy's like that's a little bit more natural of a pose.
Yeah, he's got
she
football.
Is not happy about it.
She's like, I'm not sure what's in here, but maybe. But like I said, then if there was an after where she was like, yeah.
They can hire you as a model. Exactly. Brie, like you would be if you actually enjoyed this, you would be a perfect target for this. The amount of running you do every day, the exercise that you get, your cooking, your drinking, all of these things, you would like literally meet their perfect demographic. I'll dress up as a cat girl and chug. I mean, just like, why didn't they at least just have them drinking? Like, just, I don't know. Again, things sometimes just strike you weird. He is happy because the paycheck he will be getting. I know. I wonder how much he made for that. He's in multiple pictures, so
B vitamins.
he'll get all the weebs. But yeah, like I. So this is what I want to say. Like I said, again, obviously they did not pay us for
Not an intravenous therapy replacement.
which is funny. I think because of the
Intended for oral
IV thing, I wonder if
consumption
someone told them to put
Right.
rectal consult. Oh, now we're
Oh.
drinking this wrong.
Best served chilled.
We were
for
sent these.
refreshing
We did
taste.
not get paid for them. We're not being paid for any kind of
Yep.
endorsement. I think they're well, you should have the second one. I think the citrus orange one is good. And it's definitely one that I would drink again. I just think their marketing needs a little, like, I would rather see pictures like this. Like, look at this. Orange, like, bursting out of the can. Like, look at that. That's good. Like, that kind of looks delicious. Correct. Do not inject into the bloodstream. I am all the weebs.
Like it has any solids going.
Okay.
It's not doing a solid.
Not doing a solid. But yeah, so pricing on this. 15% off your first order. Let's see. How much is this? So variety pack. $26 for 12, so $2 a can. Is that right? Plus shipping.
That's over $2 a can. It's 24 would be.
You're right.
So what maybe $2.25 a can, something like that.
Yeah, I wonder what the shipping is on that. The caffeine free, like I kind of like that too, because sometimes like the caffeine that's in this is not as good as like it's like I'd rather have a cup of coffee if I really want caffeine.
Non-GMO, gluten-free. I
Right.
mean, so there's a lot of good things about that.
I think so.
Yeah.
Not a bad price. So I don't know how much energy drinks usually cost.
I have not bought. We used to carry like Monster and Rockstar and
At Trader Joe's? That's
back in the
mildly
day
shocking.
when I first started there, and then they actually had their own for a little while.
390 sodium
But,
in this one as well. But a good amount of potassium, like just, 100% of your daily vitamin C.
It's a good start.
Yeah. Pay usually about $1.75 to $2. Okay, depending on if it's on sale. If you don't have IV hooked up to your Mountain Dew, you aren't doing it right. That's true, Gim.
I think I like the orange better. You won't get scurvy.
So if you have them the other way,
Yeah.
I actually like the mixed berry a little better. Because
Okay.
it tasted almost like there was hibiscus in it, because there was like a little bit of a tart.
Oh,
and
okay.
it was much more like that one was a little bit more, it has a little more, brings a little more of the sweet. This one was a little bit more flat. And for
Okay.
some reason, I kind of liked it because it tasted a little more natural. But I
Yeah.
think I honestly think they're both good.
Yeah.
Just depends on what you're in the mood for. Do you want something that's a little sweeter or?
Yeah. Is this available? So only by mail?
I don't. I
wonder if it's available.
Another
in-
excellent
Like
question.
if any of my
At least you won't get scurvy.
yeah.
That is good, Raven.
Yeah, I hadn't seen Raven in chat in a while, so good to have Raven in. Maybe you have. You're playing. And
When
doing
I'm playing
great
some
things.
Hades, Raven is always there. She's
Okay.
always lurking if I'm playing some Hades. Oops, not that one. Oops, those are the other things we're gonna be having. But yeah, that's the
Okay.
that's the Ivusion. The Ivusion. Yeah, I wonder. 15% off your first purchase with a newsletter. I don't know. You figure shipping is probably gonna be another $10 on top of that, so it could get a little pricey. I don't know. They say if they're around anywhere else. Log in. No, I'm not creating an account.
Yeah, usually there's like store locator. There you
Okay.
go.
San Clemente, California.
Yeah, you could have picked some up in Tustin while you're out in Southern
I
California.
could have.
last week.
We'll move that for a second. I will put in my postal code. Okay, nothing nearby me.
Can't help it that I'm not. Yeah, no, that's you were saying you got off work nice and early, so that's good to. Whenever I see Raven's name, I always think of course, mead.
I know, that's true.
And it's funny, we were talking about sake before, and it might just be one of those things that I maybe won't ever appreciate the way many people do. Because like mead, I didn't used to like. Well, my one experience with mead, but then when we started trying the few different ones, I'm like, okay,
Meat is delicious.
mead is gone in a whole new direction
between
for me.
Art of them, which I've done multiple orders
Right.
with, and then
Superstition.
like I said, Superstition and some
Yep.
other well crafted mead. Also, mead is not super Like you can make your own mead. I've been following this guy on TikTok that's been showing people how to make like mead if you want to like start out. And it's obviously very similar to doing, brewing, but you don't have to do all the boiling and everything else because it's literally water, honey, and then, adding whatever fruit you want to it and then adding the yeast and that kind of stuff. But you still have to have some of the equipment for the cleaning and everything else. We have a meadery here in town. I haven't been, but considered giving it a try.
Oh.
LG, depending on where you're at, like, I mean, are you talking like Superstition Meadery or are you talking some other one that's even more local? That one's like up in that area-ish, right?
Prescott,
In Prescott.
Prescott. Well, that's cool that someone wanted to send us.
But yeah, I honestly like both of them, and having them in the reverse order might have been a little bit better just because I forgot the orange one was a little bit sweeter.
Okay.
Drinking horn? Oh, interesting.
Oh, that's a nice late wedding gift. Half dozen bottles from the cousin. That's good.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. I forgot. I remember you told me about that. I was very jealous. Viking drinking in horn mugs. No. Norse tradesman. I should buy a drinking horn. Drinking horn. Oh, I'll put in the word mead. Maybe that'll help. Drinking horn meadery. Traditional Flagstaff.
$2 from campus.
Mead hall. Buy online. Find a store.
Okay.
Ooh. Yeah, definitely worth any of that kind of stuff. Go give it a shot. If you can find an artisanal, like kind of craft meadery like that, always recommend giving them a look.
You have to try that next time.
It was only
up there.
Only a year and a half late, but better late than never.
Well, yes.
Oh yeah, but you'll still take it though. Maybe that's
because he was originally only going to give you 2 bottles.
But
then the interest turned into 6.
Was just going to make that very joke.
Sent this later.
100%.
It's 5 years late, but I got a case.
I got 24 bottles. Yes, let's go. Yeah, I still have 1 bottle left from what I ordered from them, and I forget which one it is. And we still have to. I keep forgetting because I put it down where I have the my bourbon overstock. I have down there the bottle that our niece gave me. That's the one that's aged in like Pinot Noir barrels or something. That's also from Superstition Meadery. Okay. So we need to try that at some point on a podcast. Maybe both of them, because I think the one from Artivem is also different too. So maybe we'll have to.
Yeah, it's good. They don't leave that overly stevia aftertaste.
No,
so that's good.
No.
Show the picture again.
The picture is hilarious.
Looks like she's like in a boxing ring or something.
I know. There's something going on there. Did he beat her up? Like, I'm not sure. Maybe she kicked his ass, and then she's like, that's her going like, oh man, I beat him to a pulp. Can't show that though. Ivusion. But yeah, like I said again,
good.
Not the greatest of marketing, I would say, but I think actually a pretty good beverage. If you can find one to pick up in a store, I'd recommend trying it that way because it's a little bit cheaper. But if you are someone that normally buys these kind of drinks and doesn't mind going out on a limb,
just pour a little Red Bull right in there, and no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, exactly.
You're good to go.
Yeah, I like both of those. That one's got like a little tart in there too, I think, at the end.
Yeah, that eventually overtook the orange.
Okay.
On my palate there, and which is good. I like that. Not heavy, but it's
actually going to bookmark this drinking horn place so I don't forget about it. Thank you for that tip, that hot tip. All right, we have not been here for a little while.
We haven't.
What have you been up to? What's going on? Anything exciting? You got anything to talk about? What do you got? Do you have any stories of the week? Should I hit a button?
No, next week.
Okay.
Maybe, because there's a whole brand new patch coming out.
All right. We'll hold off on that.
A whole new thing with, but the champ who was in, did you ever watch there was a show on Netflix called Arcane?
No, I have seen people talk about it. People were like, I don't watch League. I don't even play League of Legends. The show's awesome.
It was pretty cool, actually. We watched it when Ben was in town at Thanksgiving. There were 9 episodes, and I don't think you'd have to. I mean, it was kind of cool because
you knew some of the characters.
Yeah, that was fun. But
there you go.
There was a brand new, and it's the bad guy in Arcane. His name is Silco, and he's going to be the first ever champion that was not actually in League and was TFT only. And he's gonna be in this next update.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So
will he be part of your builds then?
Well, I was doing some reading and some watching. Yes,
Go
I've become
on.
that guy. And,
See, someone said arcane. So my brother actually is knee deep in TFT.
Oh, knee deep. Yes.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly. But then your wife plays League of Legends, though.
She does.
And TFT.
Yeah. But we've been doing a lot of the highest I hit was Plat. Yeah, it's funny. I came across a picture I took on my phone. I got to Plat 2 like last April. That's the highest I ever got. I took a picture of that.
Oh, I may still have the picture in my text. What did because your wife hit diamond.
Diamond 4 or whatever. But
yeah. Played way too much.
Yeah,
League.
no, because that's what now that Pocket and I can play together. We just sit there either on the iPads or at the computer, and so we've been doing a lot of that lately.
Oh yeah, so what's the new game too? I keep forgetting what that is, like, or like the adjustment where it's
it's called Double Up. Yeah, Double Up.
Okay.
And so you play. It's still 8 people, but it's 4 teams of 2. And so now you play somebody and you're
right, because then eventually you guys like play together at some point.
Yes, if you hope if you win, then you
things go well,
then you jump to the other person's and help them, or vice versa. Sometimes we're like, I'm just about to win. Oh no, his team's coming, and you got it down to like 1 person, and then like 8 of the other person jump on, and you're like, oh no, I'm dead. But then all of a sudden, sometimes both other teams come, and it's just like this flurry of activity all over the screen. I have no idea what's happening. I just see a few things, but no, it's so next week, I believe that's when they're projecting it to be the 15th or the 16th that it's coming out with Silco, and they're getting rid of like 19 or 20 champs and bringing some. After that, there's only going to be 2 league champs that have never been actually in TFT.
So the one that the new guy that you were doing some research
Yes.
on, doing some reading. What about him?
He's gonna have it says a certain ability where he can either generate health or empower people that he targets, but then after that happens, I guess they die. So they can get strong for a little bit, but then they go.
Oh,
so I guess you have to determine, if it's something you want to do. So
if you know a character's about to die anyway, possibly that's
or
when you
dies
use him.
quickly or something. I guess that's kind of where you'd have to figure out. So, but no, there'll be a lot of
Interesting.
my brain, everything that I've been learning, and I have to unlearn it. So. Yeah, no, it was. I really. I mean, it's one of those things. I don't know if you would watch it, but
no, I definitely would take. Like I said, it was getting
was,
a lot of buzz where people were talking about. Like I said, even, people like Raven.
We were like after the 9th episode, we were like, "There's no more." Oh no,
Silco is Crow's favorite character in Arcane. Was he pretty good? Was he good bad guy?
It was actually yes, because evil, but yet there were times you felt, I thought, a little compassion almost. So no, I thought it was. I mean, I don't have anything to compare it to because I don't really usually watch that kind of thing, and this is really the only game that I follow. But yeah, it was fun. I liked it.
Nice.
Yeah. So that. What else? Ben was in town for the Gem Show, and your birthday.
That's
I'm
true.
Sure people knew you were, because I saw you had a good birthday stream. I was reading about that.
Yeah, very good birthday stream.
And Dark Sky. Oh, Dark Sky. Oh, you can get some Dark Sky beer then too.
Oh, there you go. Get some beer there too. You can double down.
We had to make a trip up to Flagstaff because Ben's car had to have work on it while he was here. And the part wasn't done. He needed to get back up to get to class and to work, so he took our car up. And then last Friday, Pocket and I drove up after I got off work. We took Ben to dinner at a wing place and drove back home.
Same day?
Same day. Yeah.
How long a drive is that? About 4.5?
No, it's like on the way home, it was like 3.5 hours. On the way up, we hit Phoenix kind of around rush hour.
Oh.
So it was a little bit.
Well, that's not too bad.
That slowed things down a little bit, but no, overall, it's not too bad. So yeah, so we had that little bit of excitement. That was when you were actually having a beer-filled destination.
Was that when you guys had to go up there?
We went up Friday. You left Thursday.
Yeah,
right?
we left Thursday. So I went to California last week. We had to take care of something. We had to pick up a copious amount of beer that had been sitting at the brewery. Hence the shirt that I'm wearing right now. So definitely had to stop in there for some tasters. So if you were following on Twitter, shameless
Which I
plug,
was,
you would have seen all of the different tweets as I did all of my Untapped work, which is an app that we love using. It's really cool. We like the Untapped app because you can log all the beers that you've had. You can try a bunch of the different things, and you can still, you can rate things, you can log things, and then you can always go back and be able to see like, oh, what did I have? All these things. All the beers you're on fire with. I know, exactly. They looked really good.
especially since they all it came out consecutively. I'm like, oh my God, usually the brewery beers are high in alcohol. I'm like, he's pounding some, but it was a flight. So.
I did a flight, like I said, which I don't know. I think they're 3 or 4 ounces or whatever per glass. So I had a flight of 5. My wife did the same, but my wife did more of toward the IPAs and stuff. And like a sour or two, whereas mine were mostly of the barrel aged variety, and then some pretty some pretty heavy hitters with some double rye barrel aged things. And it was a delicious experience, as it always is, going to the brewery. And then we also then wound up having dinner at we made sure it was like a happy hour, but there was this place, we were in La Jolla area, and it like overlooks like the water and stuff, so we sat there and had just nice little just like some appetizer things and some drinks and stuff, whatever was on that. So, but yeah, it was good. It was very good.
When was the
Very
last
nice.
time you guys had been on vacation, just the two of you? That was not really a vacation, but a getaway.
Just the two? Never.
Never?
No.
Like
the last time we did something like that, we met HJ, who were usually in chat. We saw them. Right. So then that was last year when we did that.
But even like pre.
Oh, like pre actually being like married and stuff?
Well, no, or even
how far you want to go back?
Well, no, that's what I was saying. Because like when we went back east to New York last year,
right?
That was like the first vacation we'd had with like big kind of vacation. And we did that little drive when we went to Vegas and California and stuff. But I guess I could include that. It was just odd to like be doing that and not have. Yeah, no, the third part.
It is
the party.
Is definitely very strange doing that, but yeah, it was. Yeah, that was definitely the first time, probably in like ever, like since before he was born. For the first time in forever.
Okay.
But yeah, it was very nice. Like I said, weather obviously was beautiful, and couldn't go like actually in the ocean because it was even colder than it normally is because of that time of year. But the weather is for me even better. I like it when it's chilly. And still sunny outside. So yeah, cool. lot of fun. Love going to, like, we went to Old Town, which is always nice, like going there and going into all those shops and things, which is where I got that scary picture that's staring at you from the corner.
I saw that. It's kind of like the Joker.
It is the Joker. Yeah, it is the Joker. Because you can see all the little bats that are coming off the side of him, because I'm going to eventually hang it next to my Batman one that's up there. No one can see any of the things I'm pointing at, but yeah, I got this really cool, that giant picture, $25.
Framed and everything like that?
Wow. It was like when I
Did you go to Golden Goose or something?
No, it was just like those shops where you go to Old Town and they've got like, everyone, and people had like hundreds of these pictures. So I know they're mass produced or whatever, but like the quality on it was pretty nice. And for me, like I looked at it because Rachel was like, wow, it's only $25. I was like, yeah. And I said, this frame is almost worth $25. Yeah. I was like, even if I eventually don't want this picture anymore, like I could just do that. So yeah, we wound up, I got that. And they had some other neat ones too. But that was just the only one I felt like grabbing. But yeah, just went around to all those different shops and stuff. It's really neat. Always like doing that. There's actually a tequila place in there I didn't get to go to, but one of the whiskey that we're going to be having later, the Highland Park Cask Strength. When I was out looking and found that, I found another tequila that we'll probably have maybe next week. Okay. And this will be one of the ones where it's like, hey, do we like upper end, higher expensive tequilas? But maybe not quite as expensive as the one we had. End, yeah. I found it's the Fortaleza Añejo, which is one that I had been reading about for quite a while, because their big thing is like how they actually cook the agave. That there's no like additives or preservatives. Like, a lot of tequilas, like I don't know. Like it seems like the tequila, what needs to be labeled on there and what different labels actually mean are very vague. They're not as strict as like, if you say this is a bourbon, you have to follow these like 4 or 5 things. Whereas if you say with a tequila, like, oh yeah, we're this type of tequila, like you can literally like weave your way around some other things.
Okay.
There's been some pushback right now lately with one of the ones we had. We had the Terramana tequila from Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Yeah.
Because there was a big deal about that. I think he sold like 600,000 cases or whatever. Like there was, about that. Like, oh, everyone loves my tequila or whatever. This is great. But then there's been some pushback about, how it's actually produced and is it mass produced as opposed to actually the old way, the tequila industry is kind of in this weird state of flux where there's a lot of people that are jumping on this train. And they were even talking actually tequila may actually overtake vodka for the first time this year and actually kind of move around that in what is used, what is drank as the most popular spirit in the world. And it's because of a lot of this mass market and mass produced tequila as opposed to doing it the way it should be. So anyway, you can search for a lot of those articles. I'm now perusing Dark Sky's website. What exactly is a New England Pale Ale? Go on.
New England Pale Ale? It'd probably be hazy, right?
Definitely.
But a pale ale, so it won't be as, if it's just a pale ale as opposed to an IPA, it won't have as much focus on a hoppy bitterness or hoppy floral or whatever. But yeah, it should be that's kind of where that style originated, was the New England style.
Yeah.
New England style was pale
anytime
ale.
you see hazy IPA or anything like that, they actually are talking about a New England hazy. Like that is where it started. It's just better. No, I like good tequila, not Jose Parfo.
If I had to get. Well, I was reading an article recently about there not being as much agave anymore, that there's an agave shortage.
Oh, really?
And so that it's, some of there's different, is it just the Blue Weber but there's different types of agave that might make, some mezcals might become a little bit harder to find, and unless it's made like the one that we did, the first one we did, the Trader Joe's, that's from the Espadin. No, the Espadin was it's
Espaden?
from Espaden. I'm trying to think of there's a certain plant that it's from, and that one's not as hard to find, but it's the upper end stuff that now is starting to get harder to find, so it might be a little more difficult, but especially if it's selling like that. But yeah, tequila does seem to be kind of at least the celebrity darling spirit.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of what you're
going
talking
back
about.
to Sammy Hagar and all that,
right? And I think that's kind of what's making some of this issue kind of happen. Can't say I've had one. The beer is called Quiet Life and with Comet, Columbus, and Cashmere. So you've never had a hazy IPA at all, like period?
A hazy pale?
Like I know, remember when I had suggested, I can't remember if you ever wound up getting one, like the Phantom Bride, that's a hazy IPA. It's not overly hazy, but that's from Belching Beaver. Like hazies are probably almost 50% of the IPAs you find nowadays.
Lately, if you see West Coast style, that's going to be that clear.
And more piney, savory, that type of thing. Right. Anything else that says hazy IPA, juicy IPA. There's a lot of different terms that, the any IPA, the New England IPA. I saw the
Ta Milieu at Total Wine the other day when I was looking for your you know what I also got when I was at Total Wine? I bought a 6-pack of the Sublimely Self-Righteous.
Oh,
it was, yeah.
Did they have it back? They had it.
They did.
Okay.
I know. I was like, very happy to have that.
Let me look at, was it Dark Sky Brew? Is that who we're talking
Dark
about?
Sky, yep. We've had some Dark Sky stuff. The lettuce and we're going to take a look. We're digging in.
Tapless? Is that what I'm looking at, probably? Well, I've, of course, had loads of hazies, Imperials, West Coast, and so on. I've not seen the New England term, though. Yeah, no, that's the original term. It all means the same thing. Here. Quiet Life with Comet. Pale Ale, New England. Yeah, New England / see, it even says New England / hazy. Yep. So that's just the original term.
Oh, it's low. It's a more of a session beer, actually.
Yeah.
It's only 4.9%. Especially good if you're studying tonight. Hey,
if you need to actually study tonight, if you're not studying anymore. Nothing particular IPA. So they have a West Coast one. That's the Centennial and Matuka IPA American. That's going to be a West Coast. Mountain Orchard American style. That's probably going to be more West Coasty. Could be a little more malty on that one.
Circadian Rhythm. That's one I think I've had that one before.
Respect the Send IPA Imperial Double. There you go. That's what you want to go with. Hop Grinder Brewer's Lunch. Snow Fever Baltic Porter. Ooh, actually that kind of sounds good right now. Yeah. So if you ever see New England IPA or New England style like that, yeah, it's gonna be that same hazy style. There might be like the tiniest like variants, but that is in general what they are talking about.
Yep.
That's a good selection of beers right there. They have a Japanese rice lager there, bending bamboo.
A little like looks like a Rausch beer there or something.
Oh, they do have like a Rausch beer. Yeah, still smoking. That sounds good. Crispy Me Timbers, dark lagers. That's pretty funny. Old Friend. Yeah, that is some good selections there.
So we're gonna start with the wine, I'm guessing.
I would think so. Don't you?
All right. Well, especially since it's a Merlot.
If you guys weren't here, we'll hit it again.
Beware.
We're actually going to have a Merlot tonight.
And if they want to drink Merlot, we're drinking Merlot.
No, if anybody orders Merlot, I'm leaving. I am not drinking any fucking Merlot.
Okay, relax, Miles. Jesus, no Merlot.
And there you go. Classic sideways bit right there.
And even the Trader Joe's, the link that I'm guessing you'll have to the flyer mentions that a certain movie.
Oh, you're kidding.
No, if you look at that, yeah, at least in one, if you read more.
Oh, at least in one popular film as inferior to more serious wines like Pinot Noir.
Yeah.
That's good. But yeah, that is a classic movie. I need to watch. I've not watched that in quite a while. I need to watch that again. But yeah, so we're gonna have the wine, and then like I said, we have the Highland Park cask strength. We'll hit that as well. We'll even dip into the 12-year Highland Park just as a little bit of a starter for us because you have not had that in a while.
And for those of you who are here, that will not be a part of the podcast. So you're getting that's the bonus coverage you get when you come in on Thursday nights and join us.
That's right. But yeah, let's go grab the wine. We'll go grab some glasses, and we'll be right back. We'll play some music.
Thank you, Harris Heller.
Thank you, Harris Heller. We are back. Thank you guys for hanging out while we took that quick break to go grab some glassware. Cleanse our palates a little bit. Some chips were had, some water was drank.
Yes.
All of those things. Welcome back. Thank you. Gonna vibe and eat this burger finally. Eat that burger. What kind of burger was it? I should have seen it. I missed it, and I'm like a horrible person. So what did I miss? What kind of delicious burger did you have? And I'm assuming you probably posted pictures of it here on your Twitter. Is my guess. Veggie, yes, I did. I knew it. Are you set?
Okay.
You feeling it? You ready? You ready to record our first podcast of the evening?
I am ready.
Okay.
Should we open the wine first?
Do you want me to do that, or
give it a little?
Talking? Do you want? Does this one that needs some?
I don't know. It might. Maybe give it a little bit of a head start. I mean, I guess we could have it live. That's fine. It's just Merlot.
It's just Merlot.
It's just Merlot.
All right, set that there, those things. Okay. So we are going to record a podcast. When we record a podcast, now all of this, this used to be like a big thing because only the podcast that we did actually went up on our YouTube page, which shameless plug, obviously it's been hit a few times here. Please subscribe there. We'd appreciate that. So normally only that stuff would go up there, so we would take down all these other little things, which I'm going to anyway. But now this full archive show, if you missed any of it, want to join in on seeing everything that we've done on a Thursday evening, these go up on Tuesday, and then the podcast usually hits on Thursday then. So we've got a wine that we're doing. We've got the Highland Park that we're going to have. Slightly apart. There we go. That's better. So we wind up taking down a few of these things. We thank you guys all for being here. If someone does happen to either subscribe or follow or whatever else, either at some point during the podcast when we're recording, we will definitely shout that out and thank you guys for being here. Or we'll do it at the very end as well, because we want to make sure that everyone gets the love that they deserve, because we appreciate them coming in here. That is
absolutely
always super, super nice. But yeah, so we are already recording. I've taken down the things and stuff.
Okay.
Deep breath, find your center. Actually, quick aside, have the baseball players, have they agreed on anything yet?
I don't think so. That's why, normally I still will wear it once they start playing the regular season, but might just be a while. So
okay. Although I heard Anthony Rizzo possibly back to the Cubs.
Really?
Yeah, you hadn't been seeing those articles?
No, I thought that
multiple
was...
articles. No agreement yet, still lockout.
Wow.
So they were saying on like a 2-year deal with like possibility for like a third based on incentives kind of thing, like creating some sort of contract like that. I read two different. I read a lot of Chicago newspaper stuff now because obviously because of the Bears, I'm following that. So then usually within that feed, all of a sudden some Cubs things pops up.
We know Baez isn't going back, and I'm fine with that. But if Chris Bryant could come back too, that's what we need.
Do we need either of them back?
Rizzo or Bryant?
Is Bryant doing valuable enough things that we should have him back?
I think so.
Okay. Is he always nice and healthy and stuff like that?
He's not always nice and healthy.
Okay. Is his average like up over 300 and hitting like 40?
No, his average is not a... Well, that's why the deal has to be right.
Yeah.
It has to be right. It has to work for both people. The
deal is crazy.
It has to be, it has to... But either one, I'd be happy with either one of them coming back.
Yeah, well, I know our mom would be very happy if Rizzo came back.
Oh,
hey, Pocket, how's it going?
She was working up until probably just a moment ago. So
Literally,
she's joined us.
Logged out of work.
Logged into, that's right, logged into AboutBeverages. That's
Good
right.
to see you. That is awesome. Perfect timing there. All right.
We missed our TFT talk, but we are about to record a podcast.
That's true. We do have some more. We can throw in some more of that too at the end if you want. If we got more things to say, of course. All right. Do you have an opener? You got something? You building anything up? Damn it! She's stuck in Handsome Pete. Wait, can I?
You got
nope, it's not that one. Barely got that one back on.
Wow.
I don't know why that one plays the audio even when I have it off. I always think that's actually kind of funny.
Oh.
That's like the one small danger of those channel points things. Because like you notice it played the audio, but I have it off. So
yeah, you're
didn't
right.
do it. So
okay.
Who knows? Thank you for the Handsome Pete though, Baker. I appreciate it.
That's right. No, it's good to see. It was probably for Pocket's arrival.
It was.
There.
I bet
Welcome
it was
Pocket with
100%.
Handsome Pete. Yes. Well, I'm just glad Miles isn't here.
Oh my God, it would be really bad if Miles was here right now. Would actually be kind of downright awful.
Who's Miles, you may ask? Well, character from the movie Sideways. Probably lots of other Mileses out there as well. But this particular one, yes. Yeah. And he was not a particular fan of this particular grape that we're about to enjoy. Well, hopefully enjoy tonight.
Yeah, we'll definitely find out. And I would say that I have probably not had this type of vintage since maybe that movie came out, just because I thought that was so funny. So I may have also turned on that. So what do we have? We've got a Merlot from Trader Joe's for this Give It a Shot. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Keith, and we are AboutBeverages.com. And the beverage that we're about today is the Trader Joe's Reserve Merlot from Sonoma Valley 2020. This is it's in the current flyer.
The Fearless Flyer?
The current Fearless Flyer.
What?
The February one is always one of the bigger ones.
Why is that?
They're not mailed out anymore. It just used to be, Valentine's Day is a big time. Actually, a little known Trader Joe's fact, that February is actually our busiest sales month of the year.
Really?
At least in Tucson, because you've got Gem Show, you've got Valentine's Day, and then you do have lots of Super Bowl stuff going on too. But
okay. You've named a lot of things there that makes sense now.
But it's funny. Not
even
overtakes
more than
Christmas
like
and Thanksgiving. Yeah, I know. But so this is like I said. Depending on when you're watching this, it's not active anymore, but it was active as of the recording of this. And I gave Andrew a couple of choices, and he said, let's do the Merlot, because I have a bit that we could, and I knew exactly what you're thinking, and that's actually the one I was leaning toward as well. But I can't remember the last time I bought or had a Merlot. Actually, I can, but it's been years. But it was a Merlot that, as Ethan used to say, drank like a cab. It wants to be a cab, Ethan would say.
Okay.
Because it had more body to it. It had...
Oh, okay.
So it was... but it was... In fact, I still have a bottle of it.
Really?
Yes. I think it's a 2012.
So is this 100% Merlot? Nothing else in here?
I don't know 100%.
I don't see anything else on here.
Yeah, they won't always say on there. There could be a little bit of something. Yeah, I know. There
Lies. Could be something. Lot number 227, if that gives you any indication of anything.
So...
I did see the ABV. Do you know what the ABV is on this?
14.4?
Yeah, 14.4. Yeah. That's it's hot. It's up there.
It's getting there.
Although wines in general that we have been, I don't know if it's just coincidental, but we've been tasting, trying, all those kinds of things, definitely seem to be on the warmer side lately, ABV wise, a little up there.
Yep. Well, there was a Zinfandel that we were almost trying, and it was over 16%.
Ooh, really?
Yeah.
I feel like we
Oh,
should try that
You
one.
have my attention.
You had
You had me at 16%.
You had me at 16%. Nothing really too over the top to speak about color wise. It's what you'd expect.
No, little
It's great
lighter
in
Yeah.
color.
Yes.
Okay.
It's red.
It's red.
Purplish red.
To the aroma?
Let's do it.
That's a power wine. What the heck did the green screen do to that pour? So it's just funny, like, because the bottle itself actually is green too. LG.
Oh, yeah.
So it's in front of me.
Ooh, it's like it's the cloak of invisibility wrapped around the top of the bottle there.
Ooh,
Spooky.
Ooh.
Spooky vision.
Spooky vision. But yeah, I don't know. I probably have like once or twice, but literally since that movie came out, I don't think I had any Merlot.
It wasn't a grape that I necessarily went for a lot anyways.
It was always like okay. Like,
yeah,
it was
because
just-
I always looked at Merlot as just one of those kind of. But I think we've talked about this too, about that in that movie, that his coveted bottle is Merlot or mostly Merlot. Or
so yeah,
partial,
there's
right?
actually like a
We've talked about
yeah
that.
and maybe actually that's. I think that's probably done on purpose because they're not
wonder.
going to be dumb about doing something
Right.
like that because his character, then everything that he goes through and with, the woman that he meets and all the different things
Yeah.
that go on in that movie, I think just show how you need the balance of other things, I
Yeah.
think is what they were trying to show.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a really great, it's not like a happy movie,
No.
but it's a dark comedy or whatever.
Yeah.
And like but it has some good meaning in there. I enjoy that movie. Quit hating on Merlot. I just hate a mostly California wine where it's cheap and usually smoke damage from the fires and the vineyards are like sell.
Oh.
I don't find. I'm sorry that all of that gets sent back to your area because I usually don't have any of that issue with the California wines. I don't get the. Are you buying only like Smoke Wagon vineyards? Like that could be the problem. I'm not 100% sure. I'm scared. Maybe that's just what they said. Yeah, that could be what they send over there. Arsenic yucky. I usually find that like the California wines have you always talk about like the cola note kind of thing is in there.
If in like Pinots and things like
in
that.
Pinots and
Yeah.
things like that. I like the Oregon ones just as much. So just because they're different, like it's almost like a West Coast, a hazy IPA kind of thing. You get a little bit more of that spice from the Oregon wines and stuff like that. Who was it? What was the one from Oregon that I always used? Arif, like Pinot Noir. I always used to like that one. It was always really good. That was one I always used to gravitate toward. All right, are you ready?
Yep.
Hold on. How much lifting am I doing? You getting anything?
We'll find out.
God damn it. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
That has a really nice nose. I'm getting like, it's kind of like a raspberry preserve kind of thing. There's something that's almost little like not, because it's not jammy. It's that like where you like if it's a preserve, you get more of that where it's like the seeds and all the other stuff.
I was going to say raspberry.
Oh, were you?
So yeah, because I've been limited. My sense of smell is limited and still getting better. And at first when I smelled it, I was like, well, I'm just going to tell you, it smells like red wine. It's just a generic sort of.
Right.
But then we break, we had a little break there, which is edited out of the podcast.
Right.
But you see, if you're here live on Thursday nights, and the more sniffs I took of it, all of a sudden I was like, I get raspberry.
Mm-hmm.
It was very fleeting. It's
Yeah.
like, it's funny. The way this is for me, it's almost like it happens so quickly. It's like you really have to be like aware of it and you have to catch it before it goes because it doesn't stay for a long time. But yeah, I got that. So I'm glad you said that without, okay.
Yeah, no, it's like 100% like raspberry
Okay.
preserve. It actually has a really nice aroma because there's almost like a tartness to it or something. It's a very fresh nope. This smells really good, but it's not over the like sometimes you get that and it almost starts to go too far where it's like, oh my God, this is just like either not necessarily too sweet, but just like it just feels like it's gonna be too concentrated. This actually has like, again, this is a really nice nose.
Okay.
All right. See if it carries over to the taste.
There we go.
I'm just calling it poison. It tastes sour to me. Usually I can taste the smoke often. I think they ship it all to the East Coast to spite us West Coast people get the good bottle. I mean, you never know, like in shipment, also what can happen in travel and stuff like that. But that's unfortunate.
We all have our different tastes too, so it could just be some people don't like New World wines, or from certain regions it could be soil.
Yeah, it is a different style too.
Yep.
Yeah, no, that's very true.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I like sort of. I think I'm not partial at all. Like I drink a fair amount of wine, but I don't drink enough wine to be like, oh, I love this region, not this region, and this. Like I pick and choose a little bit too much. Where when I have good ones that I like, I'm like, oh, I like that one. It's like, oh, well, that's. It's like, well, I don't know if I like everything from there, but I like that one. So
I have had enough to know that I usually like Napa Cab versus Sonoma Cab, because Napa seems to have more body, or even Paso Robles Cab. Sonoma is usually like, in general, it's just not as much of a style that I like. But
interesting.
Not drinking any Merlot.
I don't think I put a time limit on that one. See, I'll play it again then.
And if they want to drink Merlot, we're drinking Merlot.
No, if anybody orders Merlot, I'm leaving. I am not drinking any fucking Merlot.
Okay, relax, Miles.
I just want to watch this whole movie
Jesus,
again
Merlot.
now. Thomas
Merlot.
Hayden Church is like such a bastard in that movie.
Oh
like,
God, no, yeah, he's horrible.
Yeah,
and yeah,
I haven't seen like
the character is very good, but Thomas Hayden Church is definitely worse.
Yeah, the writer is like I said, the writer of that and director of that movie. I think it's Thomas Paine, because he's the one that did Election and and Sideways, and then a movie I never saw, which was
the one with the Nicolas Cage one too, right? Or no, Orchid, or no something.
Oh, that I don't know. I was thinking of the one. There's the one with George Clooney. It's like The Descendants. I've never seen that one, but I've heard that's supposed to be really good. I think that actually takes place in Hawaii or something. But that's another one I need to. But like, I like his style of movie where it's just like, it's amplifying, friendships and family and stuff like that to a little bit, but it's not over the top. But it's also kind of the darker side of it. Like, I don't know. Sometimes I like those kind of movies. It's actually a great discussion. And again, this is the stuff you get when you watch live on Thursday evenings. Someone the other day, they were putting up, I can't remember what it was. They put up some picture. Oh, it was Disney Plus must be like putting up pictures for like great movies for Valentine's Day, or like movies for Valentine's Day or something, or for your loved one or whatever. And two of the pictures they put up one picture of Wally, which is just very sweet.
Eva.
And then the other picture they put up was for Up.
Oh, wow.
So like, and I was shocked like when I saw that, because then people were like, because the person that made this thing was saying like, I can't believe, and they were pointing to Up, I can't believe Disney thinks this is a Valentine's movie. How dare they? This is kind of weird choice, whatever. And then people in the comments like, oh, maybe it's an edited version where they take out the first 20 minutes and then you just get the rest of the movie. And so like, I usually do not respond to these things, but everyone in this chat knows how much I love the movie Up, and especially the first 20 minutes. And I will not take that besmirched by any way.
Yeah.
So like, I literally on this guy's comment for the first time, I like wrote, I was like, take away the first 20 minutes. So you mean some of the best part of the whole movie, and that sets up the love story for the rest of the movie?
Yeah.
I'm like, how is this not like, what are they talking I can easily see this is a Valentine's Day. Like it's literally the story of true love throughout the entire life and being together, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Don't make me tear up. I'm going to stop right now. So like, I wrote, and then they were like, oh, the sadness of you can't see. And then it was great, because then a bunch of people agreed with it was like one of those internet moments where I was like, oh, people are agreeing with me. Like everyone was like favoriting mine. And then someone else was like, yes, this is like the story of, like a couple that loved each other so much throughout their entire life, and they supported each other no matter what their dreams were, and sacrificed their dreams and for the other ones and all this kind of, Yeah. Who is this hater? I know it is. Bree, thank you for saying that too. No, if you look back in, like I said, it was in one of my comments, I was shocked. And then it was nice because this person wrote that comment stating what I had written even a little bit better. And then people were favoriting that. And I was just like, my
work here is done.
Yeah. Again, because I didn't want to get into it. It's like, if you want a rom-com for your like, that's fine. Like that's, and those have their value too. But it's like, if you actually want to get down to the essence of actual Valentine's Day it's about love and caring of two people, and that kind of, sharing of thing, and that's exactly what that is. And it's just, and again, it sets up the meaning for the entire rest of the movie, you jackass. It's like, anyway.
Without that, it's not a Valentine. I mean,
and I think he was saying it was not one anyway. And then on top of that, it was like, oh, we should just take that out and then maybe be watchable. I was like,
Okay.
Okay, whatever. All right, back to the wine.
And back to the
And back to the wine. Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay.
I was like a second. I was like, no, I'm good.
I don't get a lot of anything in there.
I kind of feel like I have COVID as well because I don't get a lot of anything either.
Okay.
No,
and
and this is what I always think of when I think of a Merlot.
Yeah.
There is some nice little bit of a low note there,
Right.
but I'm not getting any of the wonderful things that I got in the nose. I'm not getting the
Right.
raspberry. I'm not getting even a little bit of the sweet. It's just, it feels like when this is used as like a blender or something that is used to like, as like a base for then something else. Like if you see Merlot as 25% of the blend of this, and this,
Right.
it's kind of giving some nice structure, which I think is there. Like the body in this is nice. Like it's not too heavy, but there is some there.
Right.
But then the rest of the flavor, it's just very, at least in this is just a little on the generic side for me.
Yeah.
But there's no faults to it.
No, it's
like we would always say with
kind of an
coffee.
easy drinker.
It's an easy drinker. It doesn't even, like I said, it's almost 15% or over 14%.
Yeah.
But it doesn't taste like
no,
that.
there's
So
not
it's
a lot of, there's no heat really.
there's no heat from that really. But like I said, unfortunately, the nose that is still there, and I think is very nice. It's just none of that really seemed to transfer.
Okay, I was
into the
worried
palate,
because normally when I drink wine lately, I don't get a lot of nose, but I do get the flavor. Not everything still, that's still coming back, but I get enough to be like, oh yeah, I like that. Whereas this, I was like, oh no, I've regressed.
No,
I was like, what's
no,
happened?
you haven't at all. Like
What's
I said,
happened to
no,
me?
it's
Okay,
like I said,
good.
it's just like I said, I was making light of that, but that is literally what
Yeah.
it felt like. Where I was like,
Okay.
am I not getting anything? Like, why am I not
Okay.
getting it? And yeah, so it's so this is the reserve line. So what is this usually
10.
at? Is
It's
this 10?
$9.99. Yeah.
$9.99.
Yep.
So I haven't had a Merlot in a while. Is this? Do you think this is the one is a little bit lacking then for that, in based on what we're saying, or do you think that is what you also think of when you think of Merlot?
Yeah, I guess
I'm
usually
not
there's
trying
a
to back
little.
you into a
No.
corner.
I would say I guess there's a little more. I would even want like a little more tannin or a little more something from there.
Okay.
It's like I said, to me, it's almost like in this state. This is one then I could recommend to people who, but it's even more money. Like the Zinfandel, the Moon X that we had a few podcasts
right.
or a few months back. But that is more fruit and more body, and that's easy drinking that way. This is like easy drinking almost from a nondescript kind of standpoint.
Yeah, this would.
It's not. There's, like you said, there's no faults. It's just not like.
This is one of those things that would probably work well if you, depending on the meal you were preparing. Like this would be like a nice like accent because it's not really going to add anything to it,
Right.
Or overtake. I should say it's not really going to overtake anything, but
Right.
it'll at least just kind of help to move things along. I guess
It will buoy the other
it'll
flavors.
buoy it up a little bit. Yeah. For me, but for me though, I don't know. Would you buy this one again? Probably. Or
No, I wouldn't. But
Yeah, I don't think I would. Again, nothing wrong with it. If you like Merlot, this might be a style. This might be a version that you would like. But at least for me, I think I'd like a little bit more.
A little too easy.
In the glass. Yeah. And if you're looking for something that's a little bit more on a website, you can check out our website at AboutBeverages.com. That's where you can find everything we have done over the last decade. Coming up on 14 years, which is absolutely insane. New website coming soon. I know I've been saying that for a little while now.
I've been excited.
There's been a lot of work, a lot of back end infrastructure things.
Okay.
So hopefully very soon.
And then you worked
we'll
on
be
the
getting that
website.
done.
No, I'm just kidding.
Hey-oh. But yeah, so definitely go check that out. If it's the old version, I'm still glad you came by. And if it's the new version, tell us if you liked it.
Enjoy.
Enjoy. But yeah, we've got that. If you only want the latest videos, YouTube is obviously the place to go. Hit the subscribe button there, and you'll always have all of our content as soon as it's available. A little alert will hit your doorstep and say, hey, there's a new review, or hey, there's a new fully archived podcast, or something like that, or maybe hey, there's some gameplay footage things. All of those things, opportunities can be found at our YouTube, as I just said. But if you want audio, it's another option that you can go
Podcast
to.
only.
Yeah, Google Podcast, Spotify, iTunes, any one of those, you can find our podcast. In fact, if you have a favorite podcasting app, just search for About Beverages, and more than likely, you will find us there. So just search there. And on top of that, we've got some pillars too, if you want even some social media things.
The
right?
3 pillars of social media being Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter, which is what we use most frequently to keep you up to date on what is going on at About Beverages. Like earlier tonight, when I tweeted that we were about to go live on twitch.tv/AboutBeverages, which we do most Thursday evenings around 5:30 Pacific time.
Sure.
Yeah. For now.
That's why you follow on Twitter, because you can find out
right.
exactly
You'll find out
when
exactly
we go
when
live.
it's happening.
Yeah.
Andrew also lets you know what he's doing throughout the week as far as gaming, what he's going to be playing. And I know there's big stuff coming up here in the next couple of weeks, and what beverages he will be enjoying while he's exploring those games. So follow us on Twitter.
But as we always say, whether we like it or not,
You should give it a shot.
and that is a podcast. Yeah, that was like, I was really excited to love that one, especially on the aroma, because it was just like, it wasn't like 9 different layers of something, but what it was doing, I was like, oh, this smells really good. And then it just unfortunately, like, there's a little bit of a light cherry note when I was taking those last couple sips, but it is just very kind of flat.
I was going to say it's the vodka of Merlots. Wait, no.
No, it's better than that.
No, I'm just kidding.
May need to try this if Trader Joe's within 80 miles of me. Does Trader Joe's do deliveries yet? Do they do shipping?
Not yet. No, we're trying to encourage you to come into the store. They'll interact with us.
But with a mask on.
With a mask on. Well, yeah, until I guess where local mandates dictate.
Yeah.
So, but
I've seen some places, but some places, are you guys till the 28th, like a lot of places?
I think because that's Pima.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're still doing that for our place.
I was
But it was actually at the beginning, actually it was as of the 31st, if you were vaccinated and boosted, you could choose not to, as long as that was in compliance with.
Right. But like right now, we actually have it seems like at some places. Yeah. So I'm good with that. I'll even wear a mask after mandates are lifted. I mean, I kind of like wearing it because then people can't see me when I like disapprovingly sneer at them. So that's kind of nice. That's hidden. And it's just like, it's kind of now just like, I honestly feel I've gotten out of my car a couple times and like going in to like get something quick and taking a few, and all of a sudden I feel weird not grabbing a mask or having one. I've gotten to that point, and I don't know. I did sort of
back before everything ramped up again. I sort of did a hybrid version of that. Like before, if I was working a morning shift, before the store opened,
right,
I would not wear mine. But then once the store opened, I wore it. And I know it's to protect other people, so I guess that's a little bit of a weird thing. But it does feel weird not wearing one still. So
yeah,
I don't know how I'll respond to that because I guess I just think it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, it's
when I'm at work, I'm like, you know what? It's part of the uniform now. So
yeah, it's just like it's one of those things where it's just not that hard. And so many other places around the world have been doing that for other reasons for so long.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's just not.
Yeah,
it's like I don't know. It is what it is. But yeah, I don't have a problem wearing a mask, and I've had fun like picking out masks. And I don't know what we would do, but I do have a website that could actually make some About Beverages masks. So if we wanted to go that route, that could actually be done.
What if I could? I could
and I think actually they even had the option where we could make like the nicer ones, like the N95 one, like the little bit nicer ones.
Really?
And have those, yeah.
Wow.
So I will, like I said,
I would wear that.
Yeah,
that would be fun to wear at work.
Would they let you wear that at work?
I don't have like.
I was gonna say, like, did they give you out like a Trader Joe's branded mask? At all, or did they do something?
Yeah, they provide us with masks, but they're still the cloth masks, which are now being like saying that they don't really do anything anymore.
Right.
But yeah, no, there's no specific, as far as I know. I mean, as long as it didn't. I had asked our captain.
I mean, you could just layer it on one side. You could have the logo on the side or something like that.
I had asked our captain before the football season. I said, "Is it okay if like I wear a Bears or a?" And he's like, "Yeah, that should be fine." So I mean, as long as it's not like I would guess political or offensive or something like that. Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure the shop it was actually suggested to me by the person that's designing our website, because he was looking into that himself. Because he streams, and I'm trying to think, because we went and looked at it, but I know they had the regular cloth masks, and I think it was the whole thing, where they would just someone they were in the chat, they would just, order it through them and it would ship right to them. It's just basically setting it up with, putting up our logo and stuff. But
Yeah.
that could be kind of interesting because you could literally have our logo and just glassware on the other side or something, or, whatever. Like I said, you could come up with something fun. But yeah, I think I thought that they had the like slightly upgraded one, like the N95 ones. Maybe not the ones with the little replacement valve thing, but have you seen? I don't know what those are. Are those also?
No, those are like filters or something. No, they're the KN and the N95s.
Yeah, maybe it's a KN. Yeah, so those. But anyway,
KNs are I think made in China. N's are made. Can't remember where else. And then there's like an
and
then there's an N94 which I think is made in Thailand. They all have different like guidelines or. And then there's supposedly knockoffs, and I don't know. There's all kinds of different silliness,
all kinds of shenanigans.
Yes.
So now this is also, you mentioned earlier that you don't like Sonoma as much. Do you think this falls into any issue with that in general? Or?
I don't know if that applies to Merlots necessarily. I just know like
just cabs.
When I've had like and this is a generic sort of broad stroke, the cabs that I've liked usually have been that have been Napa. It's been because they've had more body and more tannin, more of that pinch on the back, which I like that. I don't know if that's because that's kind of how I learned, with SoCal Dave teaching me about wines. That's what I like in a cab, because there's lots of different stuff. There are like more fruitier cabs. And that the last Sonoma cab that I remember having was, I think it was called Decoy from Duckhorn. So it's which is still like an $18-$20 cab.
I like the Duckhorn. Actually, I think I have a bottle of Duckhorn in our fridge.
Well, Duckhorn is. Yeah.
Or a Decoy. One of them. It might be the Decoy. And it was
just like not as much body and just more of the fruit and just smoother, I guess. Okay. So that's not, like I said, that's not bad. It's just not what it's a different style, what I want from a cab. I can go a different direction. So yeah, so that's just usually what I have found from at least Sonoma versus Napa in my, I'd say overall limited experience, but that's where I stand on that.
Have you ever wanted to do like one of those wine like tours or something like that?
I think that'd be fun.
Yeah, I think that would be cool. I'd like to do that sometime.
Yeah.
I'd like to go to San Francisco again and then go up a little bit further and make it to the Russian River.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that would be
get to Russian River Brewery and
yeah.
Yep.
Oh, that's going on like right now pretty much. Wait a minute, wasn't there someone that was
She's going on vacation, I think, within the next week. Yes.
So. And possibly Pliny. Is it possible on this channel we may have a Pliny the Younger?
It's not a zero possibility, so it's a possibility. It's not zero. Last year at this time, it was zero.
That's true.
So it's not zero.
That's true.
If she's at all able to get one, she will get one for us.
That would be really cool.
Yes.
That would be
a big build up. We would definitely have a lot of we'd be blasting the social media with that.
Oh my god. Yeah, if we were going to have one of those, that would be quite a taste treat, cuz maybe last year they did it too, but this is definitely one of the very recently years where you can actually buy a bottle of it.
Yeah.
Cuz it's always been just you could get it there, so that would be that would be a pretty big deal.
We'll have to see.
All right, should we go grab
So we're just going to do our little the Highland Park 12-year just as a little taster.
Yeah, we'll just have that as a little taster, and then we'll
go right into
the Cask Strength Highland Park.
Okay.
So hopefully, since I've mentioned that a couple times, maybe Berserker will come out of the woodwork. So we got to make sure
Berserker or HJ if they're out there somewhere.
Yeah, some Cask Strength that will get people out of bed. But yeah, we're gonna go grab those couple things, and we will be right back momentarily. I got to find all the buttons. Where is it? Here, it's right here.
The buttons. We just talked about that before we went to the break.
We did. We said
HJ needs to show up. Yeah. Did someone say whiskey?
Did someone say whiskey?
And of course, HJ is here. Did not disappoint.
Like a phoenix rising out of Arizona.
Rising from Arizona.
Yes, we are going to finally get to one of the other featured beverages this evening, which is the Highland Park Cask Strength Release Number 1 whiskey.
So they've never done this before?
They have never done this before, with this one in particular at least. I don't think. Actually, I went back and looked. No, it's literally called Release Number 1.
Okay.
So, the
inaugural release.
Yes, I went and looked up because I was trying to find, because we're actually going to have a small sip. This is going to go. See, this is the kind of extra stuff you get when you show up on a Thursday night. It won't be part of the podcast. We're going to have a quick little sip of the Highland Park 12 that I also have right here. I thought this one might be like also a 12-year. But it is not. There is no age statement on here because it is a blend of multiple different casks to create the cask strength. Most of them, though, were aged in, where did I find that here a second ago? Matured predominantly in sherry seasoned American oak casks of different ages. So this one does not have an age statement. So we're going to see that one. But
so cask strength is going to mean it's just higher proof, right?
Yes.
It right, just as it came out of the cask.
Cask strength, no water dilution,
no water,
no chill
correct.
filtered. None of that stuff. This is literally what you were like getting it right out of the barrel if you were there.
So you went there with a ladle and just dipped right in.
Yes, you went in there with a soup ladle, exactly 100%. That's what it's called.
When you dip your cup of soup back from
Soup?
gurgling crab. I was trying to go for some Gentle on My Mind lyrics and I got confused.
You almost got it.
I know.
126 proof on the cask strength.
126. Wow.
126. So we'll have that in a second. The Highland Park 12, it's in the same ballpark, 86 proof.
Okay. 86.
It's close.
126.
You gotta get ready.
Wow,
You're gonna have
40,
some scotch.
40 different. Wow.
40
Holy
different.
moly.
Are you excited? Are you scared?
A little bit. Ladle. I still have people every once in a while ask me for the Trader Joe's, the 125 proof.
Oh, really?
Did Jay?
I don't know. Have you guys
try that?
Yeah. Did you guys get to try that yet? Did you try the Trader Joe's, the Buffalo Trace Trader Joe's 125
the barrel entry proof or whatever they call it? Ladle.
So yeah, this one I guess you could. This is some conversation we'll have. Kind of golden-ish color.
Yeah.
You'll definitely tell the other one's darker. We get that one
Yeah,
out.
not super dark, but I do get peat and I get smoke.
Good.
I told you about my bacon smelling moment, right? Did I tell you about
I
that?
don't know. Did you?
This was because we've been away for
Somehow denying ourselves? Wow. If you don't want it, I'll take it back.
That's right.
We're enjoying ours. So
it can be sold.
It can be sold for a premium.
People would like, oh, somebody's cooking bacon. And I would be like, I'm not smelling it. And then one day I walked into the break room. It was on a morning shift, and I was like, I smell the bacon. And nobody really was like cared.
They're like,
which is fine
good for you.
And they're probably like, but someone, I think, and I was like, well, because of COVID, I haven't smelled bacon in forever. And it was like, I would always hear people talking about it. So,
you just like rub it all over your face.
I was just happy to smell it.
Yeah. He gets the peach. Oh, we want it? Okay, I was just making sure. Yeah, there's that. So there's also, to me, there's like a little light butterscotch in here. There's almost...
I just get that sort of that the taste that is Scotch, or that aroma that is Scotch.
Right.
That sea spray kind of...
So that's there. And I thought
get.
I remembered the Highland Park being a little bit even, not quite Lafroig, but like a little more over top in the smoke. And this one I thought was like so much more well balanced in, because like I get some other sweet notes in there. Like I said, butterscotch. There's also some like, it's almost like a good like barbecue kind of smell. There's some other like brown sugar and just that in there. Maybe even a little fruit toward the back end, which could be partly into the butterscotch. I thought the aroma on this, I was like, oh my God, this is better than I remember.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, this is great. And then I tried some. I was like, dear Lord, this is delicious. Man.
Very smooth.
It is. It's super smooth, obviously, because it's 80. I mean, it's not a high proof.
No, but it's just, and once again, I'm still rediscovering.
Like a newborn babe.
It is.
My palate is being reborn.
It's kind of funny about getting excited. I guess bacon's something you get excited about no matter what.
I was just going to say, I also, when I smell bacon, go I smell bacon. So it's not exactly.
You never couldn't smell it. You're just still excited about it.
I'm still excited.
Of course.
Bacon just makes me excited.
It's just... Yeah, there's a little sweetness to it. The body's good. It's just it's just very well balanced.
Yes,
all those flavors are just kind of in there doing. Yeah, that's wow. I mean,
yeah, everything that I get in the aroma. This is one of those wonderful things. Those 3 or 4 things I mentioned. I get all of those on the palate, but they're very smooth and they balance together. I think this is probably one of my, especially at this price too, because where scotches can fall. Not that this one is inexpensive, but for this range of, this is probably one of my favorite scotches, and I think it even outcompetes things that are more expensive than it. Like I would because of the balance in here, I would probably rather have this in a Lagavulin. I know that's like sacrilege to say, but just because that one's so much smokier, which I have to be in the mood for that one.
Right.
I can't think of a time when I wouldn't be in the mood to have this one.
Okay.
Whereas like those
That's a
other
good point.
ones, it'd be like,
Yeah.
these are great, but like at certain spots, like this would be
Right.
like, when they always say like, oh, what would be your everyday drinker? Be this.
Yeah.
Just because of the flavor, the smoothness, all those things.
Yeah.
If you can't celebrate bacon, exactly.
I wanted to celebrate bacon.
Bakeabration. It's a bacon celebration.
Yeah, celebration. It's a celebration. Celebration. It's a celebration.
Celebrate.
Oh, I was going more for Cool in the Gang.
Oh, we go for,
Yeah.
okay.
It's time to come. Yeah.
If we took a bacon holiday. Ooh, yeah.
And you're going Madonna.
Ooh,
I'm
yeah.
surprised you went Madonna over Cool in the Gang. Wow. Okay.
Oh, yeah, that is just.
I'm actually going to hang on to this and compare. You don't have to. You got more.
I'll pour more. Actually, that's probably a good idea. I wasn't thinking of that. Or if I was, it was just because I wanted to have more.
That's right.
So,
Yeah,
as-
that's good. I don't remember. I remember that's a long time
this
ago.
was my favorite. It was not your favorite.
Yeah.
You liked it, but like I liked it
Okay.
even more back then. Like I think you
Yeah.
gave it a 1, I gave it a 2
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah, that was.
So this part was just for fun. Yes, this is just for fun.
Yeah.
Well, the other part hopefully is fun too. But yeah, like I said, I think for this price range, it's just very good. Let's see. Oh, so
May as
that,
well
actually,
Scotch.
that was what I was going to say. Sorry, I've gotten sidetracked there. Deliciousness. So as you can see, for this 80 some proof, we went with the Glencairn glasses. The Glencairn glasses.
Glencairn.
We're actually going to switch it up for the high proof, and we're going to go to the Norland Whiskey Glass.
Although in
think-
my case, it might still be good to use the Glencairn.
you
But never
may
know.
want to.
No, this
we'll
is fine.
find out.
Well,
Like I
no,
said,
we should.
But anyway, I like switching to this one on the higher proof stuff initially, just because depending on how extra spicy it is, how
Right.
the aroma is, how much more the alcohol comes through. This is nice to have a little bit more oxygen hit it, a little bit more room for that to dissipate, in my opinion. Everyone's different. If you are very used to having high proof whiskeys and have them all the time, like I said, this may not be necessary for, and I don't use this one all the time, but definitely when I'm having something for the first time, for some reason, I like to use this one first because then I can get my nose in there a little bit more.
Now, have you had this already though?
I have not.
Oh, okay.
I opened it
You said
today.
you
I have
definitely
waited.
okay, because you talked about the color, so it's just because
Well, I did open it up. Yes.
Okay,
In the
all right.
bottle.
but you
I
haven't
could tell.
tried it yet. Okay,
Correct. I have
cool.
not had it. I have waited for
Oh,
this. I have waited for this day. Sorry for hitting the microphone. I've waited for this day.
And that day is here.
Being a Thursday.
That day is now.
That day
I'm
being-
purred happily.
Yeah, I was. Well, that was what was funny when I texted you earlier this week because we had come up with a plan initially to have some Zinfandels,
Right.
Like either a 2-pack or a 3-pack, depending on what we felt like having.
Right.
And I remember you're like, oh, what are we going to do? And when all of a sudden you started to waver on because some things weren't in stock, and
Right,
you want to
the
have also,
saldo.
I was like, I've got something to fill that gap.
I have it.
I had something.
I've got it.
I was ready. I was at the ready with the thing I really wanted to try. But if the Zinfandel, I could have waited. It would
Yeah.
have been difficult, but I would have waited.
Yeah.
But yeah. So we are going to do a podcast here. If you were in here late and you missed out, we did have a Merlot, and I think we can all agree that this is actually accurate after the one we just had.
And if they want to drink Merlot, we're drinking Merlot.
No, if anybody orders Merlot, I'm leaving. I am not drinking any fucking Merlot.
Okay, relax, Miles. Jesus, no Merlot.
I think we can all agree that unfortunately, the Merlot, the aroma, very good. Was
Very
very
good.
happy with it.
Yeah.
The rest of it just went a little bit flat.
Yeah, not as much.
But anyway, all right. So we're going to record a podcast. So we're going to take down a few things, clean up the video right there a little
Looks
bit.
like you cleaned it up.
I did.
It stayed clean.
I think I did. I didn't put it on there yet. I'm going to have to putz with it, and I didn't want to do it today with our podcast and everything else. I actually have a new lens for that camera.
Okay.
That might make us look even more average looking.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah. So
It will accentuate our averages.
yeah, I may mess with that this weekend, putting that on there. Like the only thing is I may have to tweak the position because so what we have there on the lens on this camera that you guys are watching right now is has a zoom features, which is nice because I'm able to tune like exactly where it is.
Okay.
But better than that is to have a fixed focus lens, which is what I bought. Which is
Okay.
the one that is like everyone recommends, like, oh, this is the lens. You know, it was all those
Okay.
kind of things. You read all the reviews and whatnot. I think the lens is like going to be a little bit closer. So I'm either going to have to figure out how to move the camera back, move. It's a whole thing. So that's why I was like, I don't feel like messing with that today, but maybe on the weekend I'll, like I said, have my wife give me a hand with that. But
all right.
But yeah, that is that plan. How do you feel right now? No, I'm just kidding.
How do you
I thought I
feel?
had something. I was like,
I was
I don't like
ready.
where that's
No,
coming.
I liked it.
I thought it for a second.
You had my attention.
Did I?
You had me at how do you feel?
How do you feel about cask strength whiskey?
Well,
What's your initial
haven't-
reaction?
Haven't had a lot. Hot.
There we go.
My God, the heat.
My God, the heat. But we've been having some more of them
Yeah.
as of late here on About Beverages. We've been trying to get into them a little bit more just because you get a little more flavor, I feel.
True.
You kind of have to...
Usually more body.
Yeah, you do have to fight through a little bit, at least for us. But
Dig in.
yeah, you kind of got to dig through that a little bit. Exactly. Yeah, I like that. But I think that higher proof brings so much more value when it comes to flavor and everything else. We've been enjoying exploring those.
Absolutely.
So I'm sure we've had some that are at least in this ballpark before, but it's been a while. So we've got a cask strength, 126 proof. Whew. Let's give it a shot. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Keith, and we are AboutBeverages.com. And the beverage that we're about today is the Highland Park Cask Strength. And this is release number 1.
That is correct.
Number 1.
Yeah.
You don't get any lower or more beginning than number 1.
No. Yeah.
So number 1.
Number 1. Yeah. We can't, there was no release 0. There was no
negative 1.
Yeah. Yeah. There was no Highland Park. Yeah. Release 0, which I don't know if that would go over well, but yeah,
There's no sugar in that.
Yeah.
There's no alcohol. Oh no, it'll be the Highland Park alcohol-free
Oh,
version.
sugar-free.
Oh,
Oh, God.
No alcohol. Release
Oh,
0.
we know. God.
Yeah, no.
We've had a bad experience lately. If
Yeah.
you want to go in the archives at About Beverages
Yeah.
or here on
Not
YouTube,
good.
you can look at one of our latest podcasts where we had a ABV less alcohol, and it did not go over well. But we would try one of those again. You always should try something, at least not that one, but other ones like in that area, like at least a couple times. But yeah, so this is Highland Park, obviously one of my favorite scotches of all time. The 12-year, I've had the 18-year, been lucky enough to have that one. Always excellent, wonderful balance. Just before we actually started this podcast, we even had another sip of the 12 years to kind of acclimate ourselves to what Highland Park brings to the table. But at least in this one has no age statement. So this one does not have a year associated with it, whereas the 12-year, obviously we just had that. Oops, hit the microphone, is a 12. This one is a blend of several different casks that were picked.
With different age statements.
Yes,
So.
picked by the master distiller himself. So yeah, no age statement on this one, but the only statement that is there is 63.3% ABV, so 126 and change on the ABV.
So all of the Highland Park bottles are like that. I had forgotten that because when I got you that other bottle, I was like, "Is this what this looks like?" And then I was like, "Oh, this is what he wants. This is it." I'd forgotten because then now that must just be a sort of signature.
So they have
bottle for them.
Yeah, they have changed them up a little bit. When we had our long ago, if you go in the deep archives, did the podcast on that. That was mainly just called the Highland Park 12-year. Now it's actually called Highland Park 12 Viking Honor. They've kind of leaned more into the Viking mystique and such. Like I said, so a lot of their things tie into that, like the Twisted Tattoo that we had earlier on a podcast.
Oh, that's right.
And some of those things, that was a 16-year. That one I forget was aged with, it was in 2 different types of barrels, and then they blended them together. But yeah, this one is basically the truest expression of what is coming out of the barrel. So we'll see if that is something we're interested in.
many different aged barrels, but yes.
Several different ages of barrels, but yeah, the truest expression of them.
And we've gone with the Norlands spirit glasses here, just because the mouth is a little is wider than the Glencairn, and so this is going to allow some of that heat. Hopefully to flash off.
Yeah, if
So that
necessary. Like I
yeah.
said, this is one we talked about a little bit earlier. This is one I like starting with if I'm doing a higher proof alcohol, because it does allow for me to get in, like I said, get in a little bit of a deeper sniff, a little bit more of the aroma, and then after that, if I'm like, okay, this actually is not hitting me too much, like I said, then I will always go back to the Glencairn, because that's still my favorite glass, I think. But yeah, I like these for this in particular, and it's also just a really cool glass too.
Cool.
Yeah. Color wise, definitely a little darker than the 12-year.
Yeah.
Not like significantly darker, but
More
definitely
orange.
darker. Yeah, a little more orange,
orangey
copper.
brown. Yep.
All right. Should we get to the aroma?
Oh, yeah.
I can't wait. And we'll talk about price at the end.
Oh yeah, I don't know that, so I'm
Okay.
looking forward to that.
Cask strength makes Keith hot.
Hot, hot, hot. Ouch! I burned my tongue. Ouch!
I think I might have been able to have this in the Glencairn. Like it's not like overly. Should I actually go grab that glass?
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Went a little too far there.
Oh, did you just a nose or heat wise? Did you get a little bit extra?
No, the nose to liquid,
nose to liquid
the
ratio.
connection, the ratio, a little too far. It should be 0.
So, what are you getting out of this one at all?
You know, I'm actually really not getting much. I get a little cinnamon, but once again, just full, disclaimer. I'm still, regaining. I'm recalibrating.
Recalibrating your nose and your.
But like you were saying beforehand, we tried the 12-year. I actually got some things from that. And I'm really not getting a lot from this. I don't get, but like I said, the one thing I did on that last sip was some cinnamon spice. That's all I got.
So for me in the aroma, it definitely does seem a little bit mellower. Could be the glassware. We may actually do a quick little time lapse at some point. I may drop this into a regular Glencairn glass, but we'll see. We'll go through this whole process. I'm getting a little spice, like it's almost kind of like a little nutmeg, cinnamon kind of spice, very light. I'm getting a little bit more leather in this one, along with some brown sugar and a little bit of smoke, but it definitely does seem a little bit more lighter, which I'm surprised at.
Yeah.
These are mostly aged in, what did I say? Sherry,
yeah.
Sherry American oak barrels that contain sherry. So that's what they use for the majority of this one. Like I said, the 12-year could be something a little bit different. I can't remember off the top of my head. Comment below if you remember what that is. And if you've had both of these, also comment below. Let us know what you think of those two. But yeah, I just want to, get to the taste. Let's see where
Let's go.
where that hits.
It's hot. Wow. Burns the nostrils.
Oh, does it?
No. No. Doesn't make my eyes
I was like,
water.
well, I think you drank the wrong way. If it's burning your nostrils.
Did I tell you about, I was talking about how COVID, took my sense of smell mostly for a time. And I was thinking, couldn't it take something that I really don't like when I cut an onion and I cry? Why couldn't I take that away? Why couldn't it? Oh, I don't cry anymore when I cut onions.
Hey.
Damn that COVID. Oh, wait, no, yay.
I don't smell when someone else poops. This is amazing. I can't smell anyone else's farts anymore. This is great.
Well, there is that, but it's the low and the high that I do get. So,
so it depends on what they're farting.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. Oh, that's too funny. Okay, the nose is kind of. I had this bottle open for about a half hour or so. Like I said, and I did cap it back up. We always try and we talk about that, especially with any whiskey. It's kind of nice to leave it open a little bit to breathe.
That
just
initial concentration of fumes to be let that be released,
expressed. Actually getting a little more in the nose right now. That's why I was kind of like swirling it around.
We'll be recording this? Or?
No,
okay.
See, this is one of the things where I like to actually get because then we start being like, all of a sudden it takes too long for us to get to our point. So that's why it's like, kind of, you made it. Oh my gosh.
But there's things I want to say that I don't know if they should be like.
You can't say them all at the same time.
No, I'm not. Like, I want to talk to you right now.
Oh, do you want to talk to me about stuff right now? Fashionably late. I appreciate it. Like, well, do you want? Okay, Berserker probably missed the first few minutes. You want to tell him what you got out of the Aroma, which was not. We had some of the Highland Park 12 before you got here.
Yeah, the Highland Park 12.
Because we had some of that first, which was amazing. Again, like what I said the other day. Even Keith was able to smell some of the stuff.
Yeah, I got that. Just that. The thing that makes Scotch, just that sort of sea
Some
spray,
good peat and sea spray and everything else.
and then a little peat and a little bit of smoke. Not too much smoke, but a little bit of smoke.
Right.
Yep.
And then flavor wise was everything else that was delicious.
Yeah, it was
Jackery,
good.
how's it going? So we had that. So then now we've started on this. So initially in the Aroma, heavy peat or just right? In the 12, just right.
Right.
This one. So now for the cask strength, which we just did the sniff on, kind of.
I didn't really get much of anything.
Yeah, Keith didn't get too much of anything. I thought it was honestly aroma wise was a little bit lighter than the Highland Park 12. There was definitely some leather. I got like some nutmeg or some cinnamon spice. What else? Like I said, I got a little bit of brown sugar, which actually going back to the Aroma now, I've been getting a little bit of brown sugar. The little sea spray is there, but it's all blended together very nicely, but all a little bit lighter, which yes, I am shocked by that too, Berserker. I was thinking this was a Scotch night, and now I know which one I'm having. Oh my God! Highland Park 12 it is. Jackaroo, that is
perfect.
That is the one we were
recommend.
Right before the podcast, we had some of that. We enjoyed a little bit,
right here.
which is it's actually in the glass right there because we were going to compare and contrast a little bit. Definitely one of my favorites, 100%. But yeah, aroma wise, a little bit lighter. We've just had our first sip. Haven't really talked about it at all, but you were ready to converse.
If you are,
I think I am. You've been quite tempted to get that. Well, let's talk about it then. Are you ready? Are you gonna Are you sure? Okay.
definitely feel the heat.
Yeah, it's
pushing me to decide. Oh wait, no. But yeah, I feel the heat. Kind of wraps around my tongue.
Yeah.
Still that cinnamon, but it's not like red hot cinnamon. It's more like baking cinnamon with some other sort of spice in there. And there's like a little bit of a slight sweet note to it as well.
Okay.
At least for me. But I'm almost a little. It is kind of like almost like appley in a way.
There is a little bit of a fruit in there. Like I said, it's not over. Like everything in here is, I think, a little bit more subtle.
Yeah.
Like I said, I know we've been kind of like dancing around comparing to the 12 since we just had that one,
right.
Highland Park 12.
Right.
But yeah, flavor wise, like there's a lot of really good notes in here. I'm getting some like the leather that I got. I'm getting some of the sweet, like that brown sugar note. I'm getting a little bit of the spice, like you talked about. And there is like a little bit of fruit. It may be a little Granny Smith, like kind of apple in there. But again, all of these things blended together very well.
Right.
But surprisingly, since it is a cask strength, on the lighter side, the heat definitely is there. On the the second sip, I'm kind of a little bit more used to it.
Right.
But definitely the first sip, it was it's always a little bit of a shock. At least, to me, 126 proof. But yeah, once you hit the second sip, my mouth is watering a little bit. Like I'm wanting to have more of this. But yeah, surprisingly lighter. This one does not contain an age statement, which we mentioned earlier.
Right.
So the 12-year may have, it's got more time probably in the cask in this one. This one is a blend of many different sherry or American oak that had sherry in it.
Right.
So ex-sherry barrels, like I said, so that's what they used for this one, and they just maintained or created this proof out of the different casks. So I'm not sure if like that's why in general it tastes a little bit on the lighter side in that way flavor wise, but it's really good. Like I said, I think
completely different.
It is. Yeah, it is very different. Like
Right.
I wasn't sure if it was just going to be like, oh, this is going to be a heavier version of some of the other ones that I have liked.
Right.
To me, it is very different. It's different than the 18-year from my recollection. And like, obviously we just had the 12-year, so it's different than that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is very interesting. We are trying this in the Northern Whiskey Glass. If you're watching us live on twitch.tv/AboutBeverages on a Thursday evening, I may be pouring this after this podcast into a regular Glencairn glass to see if I get a little bit more out of it. Maybe a little bit more flavors brought to the table that way. Maybe it didn't need to be in this one, but we're definitely going to try that as well. So of those two, I can probably already tell which one you like better.
I like the 12-year.
You like the 12-year in general better.
Yeah.
So pricing on the cask strength. Do you want to guess?
I'm guessing it's more because they didn't dilute.
Right.
So, I know what that cost. And I'm pointing to the 12 here, not him.
I was like, I know what this guy costs.
I know what he costs. I'm going to guess 75.
I go a little higher than that.
Really? Okay. 80.
I guess little wasn't the correct. It's a C note.
Oh, really?
It's $100.
Okay. Wow. All right.
Yeah, like I said, you can find it online. As some people in chat have talked about.
Okay.
You can find it online for anywhere from like $80 to $100. Like depends on where you get it from, but then you have to pay shipping and stuff. So it kind of balances out. But that was the price where I got it at for Bevmo.
Okay.
I don't know if different releases are different prices, but anyway, that's what this one was. I am glad to have this bottle.
Right.
I'm going to be interesting. As I have read a lot of articles talking about like once you've opened it, like a week or two later is really when the true flavor of any kind of whiskey that you've bought kind of presents itself.
Yeah.
So I'll be interested in like maybe a week or so when I revisit this, where the flavors stand. But in general, I think for the price and the difference in flavor right now, I'm definitely leaning toward, I like the Highland Park 12.
Yeah.
But if I could get that flavor with the slightly higher proof, but like if they did a Highland Park 12 cask strength.
Oh, there you go.
That would probably
There
be the
you
one
go.
I'd be most interested in. And I assume this one would have been aged a little longer, but it looks like this one could be more in that like 6 to 8 year range from what they showed on their little info sheet per se. So, but if you guys are interested in any of the other scotches we've had previously or any of the other things that we have ever had, AboutBeverages.com is the place to go for all of that. If you only want the latest videos and I understand. That's what I would want too. I would probably want just the latest videos and things and stuff you can search through. Go to YouTube. You can hit the subscribe button there. We'd greatly appreciate that. If you only want audio, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iTunes, those are all great places where you can find all of these podcasts that we put up. In fact, if you have a podcast app that you really enjoy, you know what? Maybe just search for About Beverages there and you will probably find us. Hit the subscribe button. We would greatly appreciate that as well. There's also some social media things too.
Yeah, there's 3 of them we use.
Yeah.
Yep.
They kind of hold things up.
The pillars.
That's it.
The pillars. Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter, which is the one that we use most often to let you know what's going on at About Beverages. Like earlier tonight when I tweeted that we were about to go live on twitch.tv/AboutBeverages, which we do most Thursday evenings. Every once in a while we have to,
sometimes
postpone.
it's a Wednesday, sometimes it's postponed.
Wednesday, yeah. But we'll let you know. That's when we get together with everybody and we try some beverages, talk about whatever's on our minds, whatever's on your mind. Also throughout the week, Andrew's going to let you know what he's going to be doing as far as gaming and what he's going to be drinking while he is doing that gaming. So follow us on Twitter.
But as we always say, whether we like it or not,
you should give it a cask strength shot.
I like it.
Okay.
I like it. Sorry about that. Like I said, so when we record a podcast, Jackaroo, sometimes we to make my editing easier later on, because that's what it's all about, is making my life easier.
Gotta make it easier.
Sometimes we will not directly interact with chat, so I apologize for that. Mostly Islays make my mouth water when tasting it. This is an island that I enjoy a bit. The place I've been, for 85. Yeah, and like that's actually what kind of like Berserker the other day when he was talking about it. I think he looked it up because I was discussing it, and he was like, "Yeah, I see it for 80 or 80 to 90, something like that." So yeah, it's definitely in that ballpark. It can be found a little bit cheaper. I was in California at a Bevmo, and I had not seen this anywhere else locally for me, so I was like, "I'm just gonna get this because I want to try it." I wish they made a Highland Park 12 cask strength. That would be really good. Yeah, everything in this one, I'm very surprised. Berserker is like lighter, is just like a little bit light. Obviously, other than the heat and the strength of that part, flavor wise, definitely seems like. Are you even now going back to the other one? Do you think it's still? It's just deep, like the notes that are in here, like just going back and forth. You see where there's similarities, but for me, the Highland Park 12, just the aroma goes deeper. There feels like there's a little more depth, like you're diving into.
This is just more. I guess the 12 year is just more to me what a Scotch should be. Like you said, it's like your everyday drinker or your.
The Highland Park 12, I think for that, like again,
because it just hits all those notes.
Again, not cheap.
No.
But for the scotches that I have drank and that I have, this would be the most consistent daily drinker that I'd be very
Right.
happy with, and the price range is at least
Right. Meets all of those things. Yeah. Because
Yeah.
well, sure, you'd probably like some very expensive ones as a daily drinker, but
right. Yeah,
it depends on how much money you're making.
I don't see. So that's what's kind of funny is like off the top of my head, other than some of like the Jura Tide and Time, like some of those things that are just like
the big stuff.
way over the top.
Yeah.
Like of things that are even within $20 or $30 of this, like the Highland Park 12 is just
Yeah.
absolutely delicious. Like it's just so good. Yeah, no, that's a definitely a difficult one to.
So there was, when we were on our break in between when we were tasting things, there was a time this almost had like a mint to it.
There was a time when there was some mint in my Highland Park Scotch.
Like
I don't think Aerosmith sang that
like
song.
the mint leaves. That sort of.
Because Basil Hayden's always has that to me.
But then I went back to it and it wasn't there. So I was glad because then when I did it again, it turned more into like an homage to apple pie.
Yeah, no, I
because it had
agree with
the
that.
apple,
Like,
yeah,
like I
some-
said, no,
yeah.
Jockaroo mentioned the Granny Smith
And it had the
apple. And
spices and that.
yeah,
and that's-
there was a little bit. And
Yeah.
again, there are all of those things, but they are very much in reserve. They are
Yeah.
very much held back.
Yeah.
Like, so don't,
Yeah.
it's not, yeah, that's interesting. Like, I just, I picked up an Ardbeg Scotch not too long ago. It's pretty nice, but the limited run to me is the only reason the price is worth north of $100 in my opinion. And Ardbeg is my favorite distill. Ardbeg is really good. Sorry, I'm saying that incorrectly. Yeah, they make some really good stuff. I enjoy their scotches quite a bit as well. Yeah, and definitely for those special ones, like it's interesting picking up that. I'm never against that.
Right.
But yeah, like for things that you can find easily, the Oogie. Oh, you know what? I don't. Oh yeah, that one. I'll have to look. Let me look that one up now. I can't remember. There's one. I always forget some of their.
Harris Heller has a song called Pickle Milk.
I think I mentioned that. I've been enjoying this playlist.
Okay. Not where is Waldo, but how is Waldo?
How?
That's what we should be more concerned about. How Waldo?
How
actually
Waldo?
Is. How Waldo?
Batch 3, Wee Bestie, 10 years. Okay, actually, you know what? I was thinking of something else initially. I have not had a couple of these. I just saw that one there. Pronounced Ugadal.
Ugadal.
Oh, that one's a 54. Oh, it's 108 proof. Okay. Rich and weighty with heady smoke and aromatics. You prefer it over the other? Okay. Famous whirlpool that lies to the north of Isla, where only the bravest souls dare to venture. I would love to go to Scotland. Oh my God, I would love to go there and do tours of all that stuff. That would make me so happy. I have to try a few more of those. Honestly, I don't know.
Put
if
it on the bucket list.
Yeah, that would be.
it.
Would you ever go to Europe? Would you travel?
Yeah, I want to go to Europe.
Yeah.
Germany, Italy.
Yeah,
Those
Germany,
places I'd
Italy
like
would
to-
be great. Yeah.
Yep. Those places I'd like to go.
Ardbeg Dr. Kevorkian. That is a really interesting. Oh, wait, that's not how you pronounce it.
Curry Frickin.
Same,
Who is-
even if it was just touring the Isla Distillery.
Corey
Yes.
Brecken.
Oh my God, yes. I would. Yeah, I would love to go to all those.
Valjean.
I am Jean Valjean.
I knew it.
I knew it. Yeah, it's just amazing. You can definitely tell when you go back to the 12, you can definitely tell the thin, the body's a little thinner.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is really interesting. I'm honestly probably going to keep going back and forth between these two, trying them and letting them sit because that is really interesting. Because now once you've had the stronger proof, then you go back to that and you're like, oh, this seems a little bit light. Like the aroma,
Right.
I think
It's a
the
little
aroma
weaker.
is still better in the 12 year. Just consistently, but like I said, again, that could be the glass. I may have to try out the glassware differently later. Switch to something Cap's not on that. Don't start pouring.
Yeah.
Oh, it's on the bottom of this.
I don't want to be posing like the Ivusion people with the she had the glass like
Oh
that.
God, yeah. Everything's like completely upside down. It's like, wait a
Oh my
minute.
God, sorry. Well, turn your hand the other way.
Yeah, turn your hand to the other. Turn your key, sir.
Turn your key, sir.
Haven't seen that movie in a while.
That's War Games, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good little movie, though.
I have not.
Do you want to play a game, Professor Falcon?
Wow.
Yeah. How about global thermonuclear war?
How about a nice game of chess?
No one wins. A young Matthew Broderick and Ali Sheedy.
A young Matthew Broderick?
The other option is to move forward.
Oh my God. That was
Yeah,
so
you
loud.
don't think he was like the movie was 1983, so
Wasn't he like 40 already at that point? Matthew Broderick is also kind of an age. No, I haven't seen Matthew Broderick in a while.
how about global thermonuclear war?
thermonuclear war? Possibly a quick stop at Talisker. Oh my gosh. Yes, you were naming like all of that. I would love to go to all those places.
We're going to raid Lucky? Usually don't. Usually Lucky's in with other people.
This is only his third stream ever. He finally got internet that's actually available, so we're going to raid him. And
okay.
Hopefully
Hello
he's having a
and
good-
welcome. My name is Lucky, and I play a lot of Destiny 2. I like it. It's short
short and to the point.
and to the point. I love it. And I lurk a lot at About Beverages, and I like to share the wealth.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Yes,
all of
no,
those
he's
things.
been a great supporter of the channel
Yeah.
for sure.
I like the brine. Yes.
Yeah.
No, I love
Oh, yeah,
the
that's-
sea spray. Is
that
probably
is
one of
the
my
great-
favorite things. I
Even going back to one of the, wasn't one of the, there was a vodka that was made with ocean water or something, right? And that was one of the ones that actually had a
was
little
organic.
flavor. Yeah.
was organic.
I
Was
wonder
it
if that's even still
Hawaiian?
around.
I don't know.
Yeah. That was like, we liked it because, flavor.
This is really interesting. This is honestly one I'm gonna have to think
I
about
think
a
this
little
is
bit
going to
more.
be discussed more on stream tomorrow.
It probably
As you
will
do
be.
whatever it is that you're going to do.
Yeah. I
Play
think it
as you
will
play
be.
Donkey Kong tomorrow. Well, no, okay. Kaboom,
Kaboom. Oh, I haven't played Kaboom. in a long
Pitfall.
time.
As you play Pitfall, have you ever thought of doing like a throwback? Can you do like a throwback gaming?
I mean, a
session?
lot of those things you can buy on Steam. Like they have old Atari packs and all that kind of stuff. Is 100% possible?
Berserker wants to know how we're feeling about the cask strength.
I am going to have to keep thinking about it.
You're going to do more research, and the jury is still out. You'll be sequestered.
Yes.
And there will not
Yeah.
be a verdict as of yet. For
I-
me, just because I won't be doing that, I would pick the 12-year just because, because at my particular certain state, I get some nice aroma out of there. And I just like that it's very balanced. There's a lot of things going on in there. Whereas this is nice. There's nothing wrong with it. It's more, what I get out of there is more almost like toward a pie, like an apple pie. I get some fruit, a little like an appley pear type fruit, and some cinnamon, and maybe a little nutmeg or a little something like that. And then you get the heat in the body, which I do like. I do like more body.
Yeah,
Other than that, I like everything else about that.
Aroma
Do we need
wise, I
another
think
judge?
we almost might. Like I said, it's interesting. Like I said, just because going back and forth between the two, I think the aroma overall, I prefer the 12-year. But then when I go to the flavor, it just kind of is a little bit back and forth because it's everything you just said.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of, I think you get a little bit of the leather and a little bit of sweet in there as well, plus what you just said. But everything in the cask strength is pulled back. It's just a little bit reserved, which is interesting to me. Like I said, that little bit of fruit, which is probably from the sherry, but it is tasting more kind of like an apple kind of thing. Never really got the fruity taste of it. Yeah, the 12-year, I don't get that
does
at all.
not. No.
The
No,
12-year
no fruit.
doesn't. So you get that out of the cask strength one.
Yeah.
Like I said, and again, it's not, none of these things I think are over the top.
No.
But they are all like, okay, I get a little note of, like, it's like that where you're kind of searching a little bit.
Yeah.
I do like the flavor. And to me, like if I could get the body of the cask strength into the Highland Park 12-year, that would
Right.
probably be about
Which is
perfect.
why 12-year cask strength is what we need.
Yeah, exactly. We
Highland
need a-
Park.
Highland Park
what we
12-year
need to
cask
do.
strength is 100% probably what we need, but that would probably be about perfect. But yeah, of those things. So it's interesting. I would I would recommend if you have a local place that you can go to, like we have places here in town where you can actually go and try different whiskeys and scotches and bourbons and things. I would recommend trying it first before spending extra money on it. Because for me, I don't know. Furiously typing email to Highland. I'm not so good at picking many flavor or smelling notes out, but when it comes to Highland Park 12, I get the apple and the medical earthiness from the peat. You do get a little bit of the medicinal earthiness from the peat in the Highland Park 12. I don't get the fruit in the Highland Park 12.
Yeah,
like I said, to me, that one is more about the sweet. And like I said, there's a little bit of leather note in there. And just it's almost like a really good piece of like smoked barbecue where there is that little bit of sweet. There could be a little bit of fruit from, right, whatever else they're doing, but to me, it's not quite as much the apple where I do get that in the other one. So it's interesting. And it could be because even though this one is cask strength, it's also not that age, does not have that age statement. So Who knows how old this one is because it's kind of a blend of several different casks to create this flavor profile. So yeah, I don't know.
And who knows what volume 2 will be like.
Yeah, like I said, I would definitely try more of these. I think it's, there's other cask strengths that are, you're always going to pay a little bit more for these. So it's interesting. I would definitely probably invest in one more of a different release if they did something different. Like I said, again, especially if they did like the 12-year specifically. But yeah, I would have to see. I'm going to have to contemplate on this one. And it's always good to leave, again, all of these like open for a little bit because then they kind of change it up somewhat. So
tune in tomorrow at AboutBeverages.com.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah, maybe they need another judge. I think it's really interesting that a fruit note is added with the cask strength. Typically, I would expect to be reversed. I would agree. Ooh, Ardbeg released a 10-year cask strength that's been years. Oof. Oh, that would have been good too. All right. Well, so what do we have for next week? What are we thinking? I know I have a tequila that I would like to taste.
A tequila, okay.
So I've got a Fortaleza Añejo tequila that I would like to have. I have already had a sample of it because my wife wanted to have some. So we'll be having that probably next week. I know there was other things from the Fearless Flyer wine-wise. Did you want to do another one of those?
There's a rosé, and no, we don't have to do that. We'll figure it out. We got a good start with the tequila. Maybe we'll build on that.
That's true. Hey.
What's the story, Noam? Thirsty guy walks into a bar. You finish it.
Berserker, thank you for the 2-pack
Afternoon, everybody.
of gifted subs.
What's the story, Noam? Thirsty guy walks into a bar. You finish it.
Big Daddy Patty and Hungry Panda getting gifted subs thanks to Berserker Cope. Berserker, thank you so much. That is super nice. You did not have to do that. One for each of you. What kind of fruit notes would you expect from the sherry cask? I'm not familiar with sherry.
I haven't had a ton of sherries. It's been a long time that I know, like sometimes cream sherries, you almost get like a nuttiness, actually.
I was just going to say that, depending on, yeah.
There was one years ago that SoCal Dave gave me, and it was, I think it was, it may have been from California, but it was very, and for some reason I was drinking it while I was watching the Blair Witch Project.
That is very interesting.
It was very
Ellie,
very
how's it going? Good to see you.
That's a long time ago. But yeah, so I haven't had enough sherry to really give an accurate impression of what that would taste like. But I don't think I'd expect it to taste like an apple or that kind of fruit. But you'd expect some kind of fruit, I think.
Plums and dates for me when it comes from fruit from sherry finishes.
I could see that. So yeah, so we got a tequila then next week, and we'll build around that.
Yeah, we will build around the tequila. That's not a bad idea. Does Trader Joe's have some sort of tequila that you'd actually would want, or is
I just don't. I mean, it just depends on.
Here's where Keith says, "I don't need a tequila. Do you want to buy a tequila?"
No, I mean, if you're looking to buy another tequila, which I don't think you are,
probably not.
We've got an añejo and a reposado one. The reposado's 20, and there's an añejo for 22. I'm curious about, but I don't know if I need to. I just don't drink that unless I can gift it or something. I just don't have
Mezcal is always a good call. We've done 2 mezcal podcasts. We did one with Trader Joe's one.
Well,
and then we have also done a mezcal that was the Breaking Bad. It was
we do carry one that Fitz highly recommends.
Oh yeah,
yeah. a $28 mezcal, and it's a liter bottle. And Fitz highly recommends
Trader
that
Jose's
one,
mezcal.
No, it's one we get from. It's not a Trader Joe's label.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's Ryu. Rayu.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Speaking of tequila and whiskey, have you tried the Whiskeyla? No. What is that? Is that obviously
Sounds like
tequila
whiskey
aged
and
in
tequila.
tequila aged in a whiskey barrel, or whiskey aged in a tequila barrel? Which way is it going?
My Whiskeyla.
Mas Whiskeyla.
I was thinking My Maria.
Oh, okay.
My Maria. My Whiskeyla.
It is a blend of whiskey and tequila. Okay, I thought it might be something else. There was like something here in town locally that they had it was like a tequila aged in a whiskey barrel, because that obviously happens sometimes.
Oh yeah.
Or in bourbon barrels and things. Interesting. No, I have not. That I like a good mezcal. We'll have to talk about that. We'll have to figure that out.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we will look into that. But thank you guys all for coming out. We are going to raid somebody. So if you guys want to hang out for that, that would be greatly appreciated. We get to raid someone that we have literally never raided before, because they only come in and support so many different channels.
Long-time friend of the show.
Longtime friend of the show, huge supporter of this channel, does more things behind the scenes, in front of the scenes than you can possibly imagine. But yeah, the really, really nice guy. He has recently started streaming because he finally got internet that is making it capable for him to do so. So I apologize. He is being released upon to the world now. Like he is now actually.
Lucky's out.
Lucky is out. So yeah, we're going to go raid Lucky right now. You know him from chat all the time, always coming in here. Huge Kansas City Chiefs fan. You can talk to him about them not being in the Super Bowl if you'd like.
Oh, he won't like that.
Yeah, so we can see that.
Pocket says
Have a
she'll
great
be
night,
happy.
Bevs and brother Lucky Ellie. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. We'll be happy to stay for the raid. Thank you very much, Pocket. I appreciate that. Appreciate everybody staying for the raid. We're going to do that right now as we speak. Actually, am I over there? Hold on, making sure I've got everything all set up to go. Whoops, I didn't type the right word. Nope, I don't even know what that would have done. God only knows. All right, we're going to go raid Lucky. Have a good rest of your evening.
Good evening, everyone. We will see you. You'll see him tomorrow. Me next week.
You'll see him next Thursday. You'll see me tomorrow. We'll be playing some Destiny in the morning as always. Do you want to wake up at a police station? Whiskeyla.